Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Recato of Recato Law, a small and tired law firm in central Minnesota. And with me today is a very special guest, of course, Drexel.
I'm back. I'm back and tired. I looked horrible upstairs just now.
Yeah, you were passed out.
So how long did this happen? I mean, you were scrolling through.
Like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh.
Not so long.
So I was awake, and you were scrolling through, and then I just passed out?
Yeah, you went from awake going, oh, hey, look at that. And then I was like, ugh.
I did that? Are you serious?
You sounded like a 700-pound man.
Oh, my God.
With a bag of Cheetos. Or looking up a flight of stairs like, whoa.
Oh, man. Dude, I don't know what happened. I just was like, I don't know. I was like, my whole system just shut down, man. I think your daughter got me sick.
No. You can't blame a baby. You can only blame yourself.
I know, man.
You got her sick, who got you sick.
Of course.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I looked horrible.
Looked? Why are you talking in past tense? You still look terrible.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, so what's going on tonight, guys? We're just doing like a pretty chilled out show. And the news of the day is the same news that it was yesterday with just some modifications. Everybody's focused on this GameStop stuff.
Still?
I mean, oh yeah, it's still going. Cause they shut down trading for you, not for them.
Yeah, of course.
For you. But
and how's that legal?
Well,
because it's not.
Well, everybody's being real hasty on that. They do actually. The problem is the reasons that they say that they did it in some contexts might be legal, but the reasons that they told clients were different than the things that they said in their public statements. And so, oh, we're doing this for your protection. No, you're not. You're doing it for your protection. But these companies actually do have things in place for their protection, not just like they're doing it because, well, their funding company is part of the mutual or is part of the hedge fund, which is, they're preventing them from losing a bunch of money. So it depends on what their real reasoning is. But there is, it takes a long explanation of how stock trading works at the institutional level to really get into it, and that's boring. So, but the long and short is they may have done a legal thing, they may have done an illegal thing, and the consensus is that it probably should be illegal.
Oh, it says some users had their shares sold automatically?
Yep. Yeah, one of the guys in my Discord, at least one guy in my Discord had his shares sold at a price that he didn't put in a sell order.
How is that legal?
That's not.
Yeah. Because
So.
Wow. Damn.
Gerard Garvin, I don't know the answer. There's too many moving parts to it. The stuff where they're selling people's positions without consent, that's illegal. Shutting down trading as a fulfillment company might not be. Because, okay, a brief and probably error-riddled rundown of how this works, but that will get the gist across, is when you buy a share of something, like your stockbroker isn't going out and buying one share of something, right?
Right.
So the company, the holding company or the fulfillment company, depending on how they're all set up, they go and buy a lot of shares, like a lot of 100 or a lot of 1,000 or whatever, depending on the company and what they're able to get. And so then price fluctuations during a day can really have an impact on how many shares they're able to deliver at the price. So if you've got GameStop being traded thousands of times and the price going up really, really fast, they're buying lots, then not being able to fulfill them, but they're confirming trades at a particular price. Well, if in the time it takes for them to confirm a trade and for them to get the next lot, they're paying a higher price, but for a lower amount, they're basically funding the difference. Normally, this balances out with regular trading activity, but we don't have regular trading activity. So there's this thing where they may not be able to actually fulfill the orders that are coming in. So there is a possible, and I repeat, it's possible, because guys, if you think Wall Street is set up that it's not possible for it to rig the game in its favor, let me tell you something. Yep. It is possible. But it may be illegal. What they did may be. But there's a lot of reasons that go into why they might have done a legal thing also. And without all of that information, I mean, I'm not going to say it's definitely legal or illegal, because you can't. We'll have to see what the lawsuits come up with and the investigation comes up with. First, last, there is no fix to that system. That's the system. You can't just, like, your broker can't just buy one share of stock.
No.
Or a fractional share of stock. The reality is that the volume is so high, they're buying batches of stocks all day. This isn't Robinhood. This is everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody does this. It's how the system actually works. It's why you're able to get stocks at the price they're trading at. Because if you just wanted your one share and they weren't actually buying batches, you'd end up having to pay higher than the market value to get your one share.
Does anyone buy? I mean, when have you ever heard someone say, I want one stock?
Some people do. It depends. If you want one share of Berkshire Hathaway stock, it costs you like $300,000 or something. So, it kind of depends. But anyway, I get it and agree with you guys that what they did is wrong and that they did it for selfish reasons. But just because doing something wrong and for selfish reasons doesn't automatically mean that it's illegal and they'll be punished for it. That's steps too far.
They'll never be punished.
And while I'm just saying, like, mitigate your expectations on the action, I'm not disagreeing with you on the premise. So, Vienticus Prime, yes, I know that Robinhood allows you to buy one stock. I get it. It's for day traders or people with smaller accounts. So you don't have to have $25,000 liquid assets to participate. I get what they do. I'm telling you how they get stocks to give to you when you buy them. And they do it based on the volume of transactions that they're doing and buying big things. That's how, and it's not just Robinhood. It's literally everybody. Yes, Angry Baneling, there are 2 class action lawsuits filed against them that I'm aware of. There will possibly be more, or they'll get consolidated into one major class, depending on what jurisdiction gets picked, and we'll see how they go. So this is all very interesting. We'll get to watch it develop. But what's wrong with you?
So,
is your entire body like broken? Like what?
So, your wife brought up something earlier today.
Uh-huh.
She thinks I may have broken like a small bone.
In your wrist?
Yeah. So
it's possible.
Notice smooth, right?
Yeah.
Difference. Like it hasn't gotten better. It's just this big
lump.
Like
the
pain hasn't gone away. Like I think I might have actually broken something, man. Yeah. Christmas Eve, 2020, at work, broken hand. Shit. My hand is killing me. Damn.
Well, that's what you get. Why'd you walk around on the ice?
Yeah.
Did you think about that? You could have not walked around on the ice.
Yeah, these idiots didn't actually, get anything done in terms of, salt, really actually plowing. It was basically an ice skating rink. So,
nah.
Yeah, dude, fuck, man. Because it's not a cyst. It's the bone itself is like
maybe
enlarged.
Go get why don't you get workman's comp and get a day off and go get
a day off?
A paid day off because it's workman's comp and go to the doctor.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because I need to do that. It's bad, man.
To use your left hand for that?
Well, I'm left-handed, which makes it like double bad. So it's my strong hand that's broken.
It's my strong hand.
Take my strong hand. What did you know? Did you see that with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else?
Was that Scary Movie 3?
Part 2.
2? 2's funny. 2 is really
2
funny.
was ridiculous because, yeah.
Drex, when I'll never forget the door knocker.
Oh, yeah, the balls.
Oh,
man. Well, you know.
How do I see somebody walking around in the back? How are they up? Go to bed.
I'm telling you, man. So, Nick, we were talking about the movies that are on Prime, right?
Yeah.
And I don't get it. There's like this weird thing on Prime where they'll get like quality stuff, right? You know, like 10% of it is quality. The rest of it's hot garbage.
10's a high shot.
It's a generous number, right? You look at Prime and you're like this, Nick. There's no real indication of what's of it because sometimes you've been on there, right? Where just something pops up.
They did this to Netflix too a while back. Netflix on the computer before we got all these damn devices was the glory days. It was Drexel. You just had lists of movies, just lists and lists and lists, and you could narrow it down by thing really easy. It wasn't like you click on action and then it delivers you the action movies that it thinks you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a big ass list of action movies. And you're like, this is great. I can go through by title and find everything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore. There's no like easy way to look at what's on these services.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I want to watch an action movie on Netflix. Well, then you got to scroll through a damn menu. Yeah. Every time you stop for more than 1 second, a preview starts playing, which drives me nuts.
So that's kind of that's a gift from the curse, right? The whole as you're currently on a scroll, the preview starts like because sometimes if you go like this, Nick, that looks at what is that? Okay, but you kind of want the idea that it should just be stagnant, right? And then you should have to click play trailer.
Yes.
Something. Yeah.
I always want give me a play trailer button. I don't care. Like just don't do it automatically.
Yep.
Because if I'm searching through something, I don't want to be accosted by snippets of audio because I paused too long to look at something. Use the search. That's only if you know what you want to see. Like, it helps you find a movie, but what if the movie's not on there? Or what if... I just remember going to the video store and seeing a wall of movies.
I don't care what no one says, man. That shit was romantic.
Yeah.
The video store was actually romantic.
And it was alphabetical, which is important.
Very important.
Because you didn't miss anything.
Nope.
You didn't miss the B's because you walked by the B's.
You walked right by
between the A's and the C's.
But I really miss it, Nick. I mean, do you remember the time that you could, that was a kind of like when you would have met Lady Rackets, that would have been like the end of the movie rental era, right? Like that was toward the very end. But you still had enough time to be with Lady Rackets and say, hey, let's go see, let's go rent a movie.
Oh, yeah, we rented movies.
Yeah, walk up and down the aisle, right?
Yep.
I don't know, man. That was purely romantic to me.
But, and it's the same thing with Amazon, same thing with everything. Like, I can't just get to a list of movies. They have to tell me what they think I want, which is sometimes convenient, but it's not when I'm trying to do these Twitch streams and find movies to watch. Because I want to find something that it doesn't know I want to see. Evil Video Store, alphabetical, but by director.
Yeah.
Use the search. Cypher Warrior, you already said that, but that's only if you know what movie you want to watch.
Okay, so watch this. Hey, Nick, how many times did you go into a rental store and you knew exactly what you're going to rent?
The genres menu still exists. Open search and scroll down off the keyboard. Yeah, but it's not alphabetical. It's this weird thing. And actually, if you're going through Prime by their genres, trust me, I know this. It starts to repeat titles in with the other titles. Yep. The AI or the UI is dumb. I hate it. It's stupid. Alphabetical. Or like by year. Something. Some clean organization would be great.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, Nick, I really miss walking down those aisles, man. Like, I mean, do you remember the first time you went down the special interest aisle? Like, what the hell does special interest mean? And I mean, you either came up with a winner or something that was hot garbage.
You found some weird
You
stuff.
found some
That's
weird.
where you found Faces of Death.
And Mr. Movies, they were the only ones that carried it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. God, what a great time. Yeah. Well, so Nick, what was the weirdest thing you found? Well, I guess Faces of Death, probably like the weirdest one.
Yeah, Faces of Death and Faces of Death 4. There's some documentary on exorcisms in special interest. That was pretty good. It's like real exorcisms gone wrong. It's great. You know what? The previews on the Faces of Death movies were good. And then there was the one Faces of Death, the guy did, they said it was from a compound in El Salvador. That was pretty fun. Just the intro. Oh, those were good. Those were good. But, I mean, probably the crowning achievement of all movie rentals was Nail Gun Massacre.
That's up there. That's up there. So, wait. But hold on. We might have found something that is a spiritual successor to Nail Gun Massacre.
And what is this?
Five-headed shark.
Five-headed shark attack?
Shark attack. Okay. I don't know what to say. Nick, what can we say about that preview?
It looked great.
It looked better than Sharknado.
Yeah.
Sharknado, here's my problem with Sharknado. It didn't go camp enough, right?
Yeah.
Because you and I went to go see Snakes on a Plane opening night, right?
Right.
And you remember, we got out of the movie that night. We kind of looked at each other, we're like, it wasn't bad enough. Like
I still liked it. How do you not like Snakes on a Plane, though?
It ain't good, man.
The microwave had a snake button. The microwave had a snake button.
I mean, it had moments.
It had a lot of moments.
Well, here's the thing, though. If we would have gone to the movies that night,
that guy got his dick eaten by a snake.
It did get eaten. that part was good. You knew that was coming. But let's be honest, Nick. Had we gone to the movies that night, midnight, and someone said, "What are you guys going to see?" And we're like, "I don't know. We're going to see this movie called Ricky-O, the story of Ricky."
Wait a minute. What are you saying about Ricky-O?
Now, I want you to imagine.
Are you saying it went far enough in being campy? Because I don't think Ricky-O is campy at all. This is a serious piece of film.
Tarzan! It just... I mean, could you imagine that, though? Like, if you would have gone in to actually see Ricky-O on a midnight show, right? Like, without knowing what's what, and you just go to say, yeah, I heard about this movie, we're going to go see it. We saw a trailer.
Look at this martial arts movie.
I mean, like, that would have been, like, just real.
You're all
free now.
Hey, when he first drop kicks that dude's knees backwards or whatever, like, wait a minute.
Ricky-O had a. Here's the thing. Ricky-O had so many amazing moments of WTF, right?
Yeah.
That you kind of get to this point where you're like, you know what it is, Nick? I know what Ricky-O had. I know what all. I know what all.
You know what Ricky-O had for me. When Tarzan smashes that guy's head, I had seen that clip a million times on what
It was on the Daily Show.
The Daily Show, yeah. They always showed that clip. And so then it was like, oh, that's from this movie. It's like, that's from a movie? Like, that's not just something they made for this Daily Show? There's a story behind this head splattering? Oh, gosh.
Well, but Nick, here's the thing. You know that your movie is God tier when you're watching it. And you become self-aware, right? Like, you're like this. And all of a sudden, he punches through a dude's stomach. And it hits you. You're like, I'm watching something great. Like, you actually like you're watching the movie. You literally take a moment to be like everyone in the theater kind of does that look like,
yeah,
oh my God, this is amazing. And that's when it hits you like, oh my God, I'm watching something.
And then right after that, he pulls out his own intestines and tries to strangle the man who punched him.
He does.
It was that's classic. That's good stuff. Oh man, we've got a bunch of chats already building up.
Let's hit them.
We're gonna keep on top of these.
Fucking hand.
So, you've never been around for one of these shows. So this is a chill nerd hour show. So what I tend to do is say, we're here to chat with the chat.
Oh, cool.
So high interactivity. Just tag us, and we're going to try and follow along and just jump in and answer and talk and stuff like that. We don't really have a big agenda tonight. This is just a chill stream, hangout type thing. And then we'll just see where the night takes us. We'll see where
I hope it takes us to Ricky O.
It already did. It already did.
Is it on Prime?
No. Drex, it can't be on Prime. It would be too good to be on Prime.
But McBain was on Prime.
My life would be complete if Ricky O was on Prime. There's so many movies. Well, like Piranha.
Yep.
Piranha 3D or whatever should be on Prime.
Should be.
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters.
I've never seen it. How was it?
I didn't see 3 Double D. I saw Piranha 3D. The first one. It was great. It was exactly what it needed to be, right?
That's what I need.
And I don't think 3 Double D was as good, if I recall. I remember people saying it was like, yeah.
Oh wait, no, I did see 3D. I did because I remember Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames was in it. Wait, did you see it with me?
I probably saw it with you.
Because we didn't see 3 Double D.
Let's be honest. I was probably right next to you in the theater.
Yeah. I remember seeing it. So, do you know, Nick, I've used you've become in every story of my life. Like I was born and Nick Recato was right there. We were watching this movie.
It feels like it.
I've had movies.
Hellraiser was on.
I kid you not. Every time I think about you can name any movie, I'm like this. Did I say that with Nick? Shit. Every movie. Just name a movie.
Well, I was
Halloween Resurrection.
Trick or treat, motherfucker. Freddy vs. Jason.
That's all with you.
Fast and the Furious 2.
It's all with you.
Your damn brother. It was his fault we saw that damn movie.
He took us to hot garbage.
We were going to see something else.
We were going to see something like respectable.
Yeah.
And then he was so desperate, he paid for our ticket.
Well, I'm not going to turn down a free movie.
But you wish you did. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Okay, Kiwi goes live, says, hey, I picked up some factory sealed Ultraman VHS tapes to display because I plan on never having sex again and because I want to show my love of kaiju. Do you or Drex have any fond memories of Power Rangers or other kaiju shows from the 90s?
Power Rangers, it took a while to grow on me, right? Because
never did for me.
Here's the thing.
I watched it, but I watched it grudgingly.
Correct. Okay, so if I recall, if I got these times right, Power Rangers came on at 7:30. Conan the Barbarian, the cartoon, came on at 8. So Power Rangers, it's kind of like okay, do you remember when Hercules came on with our man Kevin Sorbo?
Yeah.
There was a show that came on before. It was an Asian dude. It was like the Action Hour. If you guys remember it, it was almost he kind of looked like Don the Dragon Wilson, right?
Oh God, there are a lot of Don the Dragon Wilson movies on Prime.
If you guys can remember what the name of that show was, it used to come on right before Conan or Hercules' Legendary Journeys.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember what it was. And so that's what happens. Like it's like the program.
Vanishing Sun.
It is Vanishing Sun. Yeah.
Thank you, Dead Punk Gage.
Yep, Action Pack. Yep, that was the one. God, that movie was so not good.
I never watched it. I would watch Hercules. I'd occasionally watch Xena.
I always watch Xena.
But the mornings, because we're talking morning time.
Yeah.
I would watch Power Rangers. Or Power Rangers was, morning, right? Like 8:30 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
Yeah. It was like 7:30 or 8 because I remember like Conan would come on. So Conan's what I wanted to see, but because I wanted to see it, Power Rangers was already on. So I was like, I'm eating breakfast or whatever, and I would watch it, begrudgingly, I guess.
Lucy Lawless doesn't still look good. Lucy Lawless started looking good. Lucy Lawless was not attractive during Xena. She just wasn't. You stop. You go back and you look at that square-faced, flat-chested Lucy Lawless during Xena.
She was flat-chested?
Yes. Yes, she was.
No, so you're telling me my memory is fucked up?
Yes. Everybody's memory was messed up at the time they were watching Xena. They're like, and I'm like, Gabriella's hotter. Way hot. Far hotter.
I agree.
And
I always wanted them to les out.
And I was like, Lucy Lawless for a while just did not look good as Xena.
She always had a strong jawline. I'll give you that. She was not flat chested.
Yes.
Was she?
Yeah.
See, my memory. No.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Go on.
In Spartacus, though, Lucy Lawless is stacked.
Lucy Lawless was
is
overwhelmingly fuckable.
She is. Whew,
I didn't know that
Spartacus.
was okay. Do you know that when that show came on, I went like this, Nick. I know her, right? Like, you kind of have that and someone said something, and so I forgot because my brother was the one who watched the show, and then when you later on said like, yeah, that was Lucy Lawless, I was like, was that Lucy Lawless? Because I remember seeing the face, and be like, I know that lady.
Yeah.
Damn, no gun.
She was far better looking in Spartacus than in Xena. How do you
damn
like
fucking spank bang?
Callisto and Xena was hot. Yeah, some of the goddesses were smoking in Xena. Aphrodite,
indeed.
Callista,
Indeed.
Callisto, Hera was hot. Hera, she aged poorly.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna Xena, warrior princess. I think you might have fucked up. Let me see.
Nah.
Flat? I mean,
That doesn't count. That's the armor.
Oh, stop.
Trust me.
Xena looked good.
She looked okay compared to Gabriella.
Yeah, okay. Xena never eclipsed Gabrielle. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
But you tuned in because what did you really want to see?
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that damn stupid yell. No, I always wanted to see the hot tub episode every single time.
Every time.
That's the only Xena episode that I wanted to see.
So I don't know if I had wet dreams by that point, but if I didn't, then that would have prompted it. Because I always hope for a Gabrielle and Xena lesbo scene, right?
Yeah.
It
never happened.
It never happened.
Why didn't they fanfic that?
What?
Somebody should have hired them for it.
Hired them for it. Because if China from WWE can do One Night in China.
See, actually, I think it was China's fault that I didn't like Lucy Lawless as much. Because this is unfair to Lucy Lawless. Very unfair. But she had that. They set her up in Xena with the square jaw, and I think they made the makeup make her jaw more square looking.
I do believe that.
And it reminded me of China. And I was like,
China actually looked like Sylvester Stallone with a wig on.
And I was like, I don't want to be attracted to China, so I have to be disattracted to Lucy Lawless on purpose. Because if I like one, it's like one step of separation.
No, he's pretty. Kind of
She's
Icelandic.
pretty. She's just looks like Johnny Rico.
Oh, you're right though. Gabrielle did look better.
I mean, every time.
Every time. Oh, hold up. Do you remember this scene?
Is it the hot tub scene? That's watch. Pull up the hot tub scene.
The Gabrielle Xena hot tub?
Yeah.
Damn. You know what, man? That was a good show. They need to reboot. Xena hot tub.
I also watched the Bruce Campbell one when I could. Prince of Thieves or whatever. He did because he was like a side character in the universe.
So that was an actual episode.
You've never seen the hot tub?
I vaguely, I kind of remember this. Yeah, they bathed each other.
It's literally as close to what you wanted as you could get.
Close to, yeah, I
Jack of all trades.
remember.
That's right. Jack of all trades was the Bruce Campbell show. Sorry, I thought Prince of Thieves. He was the Prince of Thieves, I think.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Damn.
Oh yes, let me say this at the onset. The streams are now moving to the Rekieta Law Live channel. I changed the name of it, but the address is still the same. It's the Rekieta Law Live channel. All live streams will be moving over there. This stream, I'm going to leave this replay up here for a little bit, for part of the day tomorrow so that people can find it. But the link is in the description. Subscribe to that channel. right after this show. Actually, like while I go on to Twitch, it'll be uploading the video and processing. Now, these shows do take a couple hours to process, but in the morning, it'll be there. So if you are a person who watch a replay and who like watching the replays, they will be on that channel. They're going to there. Why Ricada Archive was just fine. I like the Law Live thing, and but it's the same address. Everything's the same. No one has to change anything if they were already on the archive channel. I just changed the name a little bit.
Oh, I was reading this great article.
Which one?
The article reads, Xena Warrior Princess nude scene unearthed as star Lucy Lawless celebrates birthday, right?
Uh-huh.
And the article reads, viewers have been left stunned by this risque scene with co-star Renee O'Connor, who played Psychic Gabrielle from the first series of the classic show. It begins with a shot of Xena and Gabrielle's clothes hanging off a bush. Bordering on the X-rated with its innuendo, Xena can be heard saying to her friend, "Come on, Gabrielle. You've been waiting to do this for ages." The camera pans round to reveal the both of them naked in a lake. Xena then adds, "Just reach under this rock. Give it your best shot." Gabrielle takes a deep breath and then lunges underwater as the camera switches back to Xena, who suddenly pulls a very aggressive smile. When did I miss something?
Yeah, you
I
missed
don't know
that
any of this shit. I mean, Nick, I'm not saying I watched every episode, but I watched enough.
But I tried. And no, I will not leave it up on the main channel for like a week. That's the problem. The problem is having it seems counterintuitive, but having the views for the live streams come here on the replays, having those views come to this channel on the replays is actually detrimental to the channel's performance. It's dumb. It shouldn't be that way. I don't like it, but it is. So, have to adapt to the times. And I probably should have done this 18 months ago. But that's it. Okay. Here's the thing, though. Power Rangers never really did it for me. I think we were a bit old.
Yeah. Okay.
We were like...
We knew it was corny.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would watch it begrudgingly. Like, yes, the whole Rita, whatever, what was her, Rita Repulsnik, whatever her name. Repulsa.
Yeah.
It was corny. It was stupid. But it was like, it's on in the background. It was almost like watching Saved by the Bell. Like, you knew Saved by the Bell was corny, but you're like, yeah, I kind of watching it anyway. That's what Power Rangers was to me.
Yeah. It's there was that, and then the other thing is they came up with some not spin-off shows, but knockoff shows of Power Rangers, like VR Troopers, and then there was a Beetleborgs, and those stupid theme songs are still stuck in my head to this day, because they would come on in the morning when I was sitting there eating cereal, like getting ready for school. And so I had to watch those too. I was just not a fan of that style. But I would much prefer to watch cartoons. You're into that article.
No, I'm looking at pictures of Lucy Lawless now, so I was making sure. I was making sure she looks right, as you said.
Well, I mean, Spartacus was like 8 years ago. It was a while back.
I can dig it.
But yeah, the kaiju stuff that I liked was the old Godzilla movies. I used to watch them. Gamera, used to watch Gamera as well. And, from the video store, would go rent them. So, to answer your question, Kiwi. Adrian Valladares says, question for both of you. You have the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones. You get one snap without any physical repercussions. Also, at the cost of your life, you can perform a second snap if you'd like. What would you use the Infinity Gauntlet for?
What?
I hate you.
Wait, what?
You have the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones. You can use one snap with no repercussions. You can use a second snap, but it'll cost you your life.
Damn.
What would you use the Infinity Gauntlet for?
Sims are gone.
He eliminated the thoughts and the simps at the same
Because
time.
you solve every problem on Earth.
But wouldn't it be funnier if the thoughts were gone?
But then
And
what
the
would
Sims had
do?
to suffer?
But then what would they do?
All queens gone.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like, so here's the thing. If you got rid of the thoughts, the Sims would create new thoughts, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the problem.
queen. Let me give you all my OnlyFans money, and then you'd have another problem.
What if you just disabled permanently forever? Like it just never would work. Monetary transactions from men to women.
They'll do it in other ways, right?
Any transactions. They
Yeah.
couldn't give him anything except dick.
I can get behind this.
That's the only thing. Like you go to give him a chair even. You're like, ah!
Nope.
The universe just stops
I want
you.
chivalry that needs to be done completely.
Like you've got like a Hershey bar in your hand and you're bringing it to her mouth and she goes like this and it just disappears as you go. It just doesn't work.
I can get behind it. Sven Sorensen said, I just wish for world peace. Pretty much. Yeah.
I can't say that. Okay, hold on. I got to think. You know,
Think about all the world problems. They all start from Sims.
I don't know if I want to solve the world's problems. Like, I think it would be funny to have Lamborghinis rain on the Hamptons. Like literal rainstorm just dropping Lamborghinis from the sky.
That'd be funny.
Smash everything. That'd be good. Hopefully all the politicians would be on vacation in the Hamptons. Or
Of course.
Martha's Vineyard or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be fun. I wouldn't use a second snap. I don't, again, like why do I need to kill myself to do another snap?
Yeah, I think once you rid the earth of Sims, I think every problem solves itself overnight.
Could be. But would you want to rid the world of Sims, or would you rather just turn every flavor of Crush into Grape Crush?
I mean,
Like, imagine that. You're like, look at this. They're all out of grape. But if I buy this orange, it'll be grape.
it'll be great. Why does Orange Crush exist?
I don't know.
honestly?
Why does Watermelon Crush exist?
That's fucking garbage. Wait,
It's
isn't there a
terrible.
Pineapple Crush? Is that-
Yes.
Yeah. Did you ever get that one?
Disgusting.
Oh, there was a drink. It looked like a bootleg Fanta that I got in Colombia. It was incredible. Holy shit. Let me see what it was called.
Oh, wait. You drank soda from south of Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, all soda south of Texas is magical.
Yeah, you noticed that, right? Like,
Yeah.
like the flavors, the everything. I was like, damn, I'm going to find it just for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the drink, Nick. It's the Quattro. Now, you see, it looks like a Fanta, right?
Yeah,
It looks
kind
like
of.
Fanta. The flavor, Nick, as you can see, is just citrus.
Yeah.
And it doesn't specify like what citrus
It's
fruit.
like Squirt.
Only better without that weird aftertaste. And Nick, I drank it and I was like,
Were you drinking Squirt in Colombia? Oh.
get to the next super chat.
Your face.
Get to the next super chat, man.
You almost answered. You almost
Get
answered.
to the next super chat, man.
Woo.
Oh shit.
Oh, bad vibes. Says, time to rise and shine, Nikki. This is no time to count the holes in your eyelids. Lost bullets. In Mr. Y voice. Hey there, little Nikki and Drexy Pie. It's me, Mr. Y. I need one of you big, strong men to come over here and help me push this huge load back where it belongs. Be gentle, though. I bruise easily. That's your fault. That guy is your fault.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Oh. Speaking of things that were good news today, I got good news today from you.
From me. What did I tell you? It wasn't depressing.
GG.
Good. Good.
You made me even like I was already happy today, but when you gave me that news, I was even happier.
Yeah. Peter Pete says, would Robinhood have to cover the stocks if they loan them out and not recover the stocks from the hedge funds that go under? Robinhood can't buy them back. What happens then? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's a mess. Bad vibes. Like, eventually they may have to cancel the transactions, I guess. But then somebody's got to pay if they, were supposed to fulfill it. Bad Vibe says search by actor. No.
Never do that.
Don't. And it doesn't get everything.
Unless it's Steven Seagal. Unless it's Steven Seagal or Van Damme.
Steven Seagal has a lot of movies on Prime, and none of them are his good ones.
Wait, is Under Siege 2 on there?
No.
Is Under Siege 1 on there?
No. Under Siege 1 is great.
It is.
Under Siege 2
the knife
is...
fight? Let's reenact the knife fight.
Stab! Throw!
That shit was horrible.
Spit in my soup.
Wait, who was the chick that came out of the cake that was naked?
He's good with kitchen knives.
Oh, God. you had to get any movie that has... here's the thing. Okay, does adding Gary Busey to your movie give you an automatic 1+1 star? So
yeah.
So you have a 2-star movie, and you're like, man, how do we make this movie 3-star? Add Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Immediately, your movie went up 1 star.
The chick who came out of the cake was like Miss December 1992 or something. I don't remember her name.
I'm disappointed.
I just told you her name. She wasn't in anything else, I don't think. I mean, she had to be in something. Here, just a second.
You're killing me right now.
We'll find out.
You're killing me.
This was the time. I was talking with I think it was my Discord about
Erica Aleniak?
Look, I was talking with my Discord about this. 1992 is Under Siege. Her name is...
They say Erica Aleniak.
She's not even listed on the main page of the cast. Erica Aleniak. Jordan Tate. Let's see. Bio.
Yeah, it looks like her. She
was in Baywatch.
Yeah, she looked like a discount Kathy Ireland back then. Yeah.
I swear she was like Playmate of the Month or something.
She was married for 1 year to Philip Goglia. Got nice measurements though.
She's tall too, 5'8".
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. She aged best she could. Still hit the wall hard.
But July 1991 says M. Biden, which I trust M. Biden. he can sniff the age. So I was talking to my Discord about this. This is the problem with Playboy. So do you remember Playboy in the 80s and 90s, and well, in the 70s as well? What they did was they found a beautiful woman, right? Except for the 10-year-old Brooke Shields.
Not going to talk about that one.
But generally, they found a beautiful of-age woman, and then they put her in Playboy as a model, and that was then an opportunity to do something else, right? Like, you're with me on that?
Yeah.
What's Playboy now? If they even
body positivity.
If they even do nudes, what they do is they take someone who's already famous,
yeah,
and then they want to give you access to that, and that's their selling point. But so what it did was it dried up the supply of like anything other than blockbuster female co-stars or whatever.
Yep.
Because like if you go through like Bulletproof, that chick was a Playmate. Under Siege, that chick's a Playmate. All of these women were Playmates in the 80s and 90s action movies. That's who filled out the roles, and they filled them out.
In more ways than one.
You don't have that anymore. Like, because where are you going to... There's no launch pad. There's
None.
That's no longer a path, and I think that's a shame. And it's because...
Donna Stratton.
It's because what?
Donna Stratton. Remember, she was like... And I think she had
I think it
waxed by the
started
crazy
before
dude.
that, though.
No, it had been around for a while.
Yeah.
The Playmate, the Playboy bunny of that particular, like you said, that month or that year, whatever. She got access. You're right. She got access to be in certain films or commercials, whatever. And like people were like, oh, and remember, Nick, it wasn't considered scandalous that you were a Playboy playmate who posed nude.
No.
And you were in movies. Usually you had some kind of nudity in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And that enticed people to go to Playboy, right? And get,
right.
Because you didn't have access to any kind of pornography instantly back then, right?
Well, and even so, because like Hustler and Penthouse and stuff, the harder core
I like that
magazines, well, they came out for that purpose, but Playboy stayed where it was.
True.
It was like, it was acceptable. It was a socially acceptable, tasteful idea. That was the idea. I mean, some people still considered it a smutty magazine or whatever. But the idea was that they were going to be classy.
True.
And so it acted as a launch pad, whereas Hustler and Penthouse didn't really do that in the same way.
I agree.
And so
I
think we've lost something, is what I'm saying.
We lost a lot. We lost the fact that nothing can be fun anymore.
Yeah. Nothing
can be risque anymore unless it comes from Japan. Nothing can be well, let's face it, Nick. If we were to think back, you remember being able to watch movies, Nick, and nudity was almost like wasn't that part of the selling point?
Yeah.
Like that was like one of
the. No, it wasn't. No, no. It was a foregone conclusion in basically when you got to certain genres and certain
action and horror
grades of movie.
Action and horror
that was rated R
mm-hmm.
and was not like a huge studio production.
Like Terminator 2, you didn't get any nudity.
Right.
Yep.
You just weren't gonna.
Yep.
But incidental nudity was just part, like Die Hard, RoboCop. You just had it. Someone mentioned one the other day that shocked me, and I can't remember what it was, but it was just everywhere. Like it was just part of it.
I miss nudity.
Yeah. In Die Hard, it was perfect.
It was.
That was a cocaine-filled company party.
Yep.
You know someone was banging in an office. If you send a bunch of Germans in...
This is why you need The Wolf of Wall Street. How you haven't seen this movie bothers me.
I know.
It causes me undue irritation.
What did Margot Robbie cause you undue of?
You know what? She became a feminazi, so no to her now. She's been talking crazy ever since even before Birds of Prey. But Wolf of Wall Street era, Margot Robbie? Oh, absolutely. I'll have the same face that Leo had in the movie, Nick. Leo has a look in that movie, Nick, when he looks up and sees Margot Robbie, that it's the exact face that every dude would have in that, given that circumstance.
Total Recall chick, that was Sharon Stone.
Yep.
Sharon Stone used to be a guarantee.
What's that?
Sharon Stone in a movie. Oh, there's going to be nudity in this. Sliver, Basic Instinct. And then Sphere came out, and I was like, where was the naked Sharon Stone?
You know what? I'm glad you just brought something up. I'm tired of all these actresses with this whole, like, I'm a serious actress shit, okay? Show your titties. Okay? Show your titties. I mean,
if you were serious, you'd be naked.
If you were serious, you'd be naked. Because, look, Nick, let's think back, right? Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Before the Jennifer Anistons of the world came along, every chick was naked at some point, basically, right?
Yeah.
And then there became this new thing, like, I don't show my body. The fuck?
Yet she did in that Adam Sandler movie, except just not naked. She was in a bikini.
Who? Oh, wait.
Jennifer Aniston?
No, you're thinking of, she was in that one movie, Meet the Millers.
I mean, she was also in that Adam Sandler movie.
Which one is that?
She was like his assistant, and he had to pretend to be married to her. And he was trying to date Brooklyn Decker.
What the hell is that? How come you don't remember the name of the movie? What movie is this?
What movie is this?
Yeah, Halle Berry was like that.
Somebody help me out here.
Yeah, Halle Berry was like that up until Swordfish, which I saw in the theater with you. And when she dropped the magazine, everyone
Just Go With It is the movie.
I don't watch Adam Sandler movies.
Just type in Brooklyn Decker and Just Go With It.
God damn, killing me.
Do I remember Species? Yes, I remember Species.
We all remember Species, Nick.
And I remember Species too.
Natasha Henstridge. Nick, you remember names too.
Yeah.
When Species came out, Nick, you saw the trailer and you went, sold. Sold.
See, so I want to address this. Stardew XYZ says Celeb Jihad is the place for all your star tits. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not like I don't want to go searching for it. I just want it to be an incidental part of action movies like it used to be. I want to go back.
So this blonde chick, is this Brooklyn someone?
Brooklyn Decker.
Huh.
So.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I this is the rare time it pains me to say this. I would take Aniston over whoever that chick is.
Really?
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that, but someone put Species 2 is even more terrible. We know.
Species 2 is great.
we know it was terrible.
So funny. Okay. D Grubs MD667 says, Drex, get that X-rayed. Depending on exact location can lead to infarcted bone. I don't know if he means infected or infarcted.
Oh, shit.
If not taken care of, unlikely, but can still happen. Yeah, if that thing still hurts, you fell in that like 3 weeks ago.
No, it was Christmas Eve. So I went back to work
Terrible.
Christmas Eve, got hurt, and I haven't been the same since. And I'm like, dude, fuck, man.
I can't believe you picked Jennifer Aniston over Brooklyn Decker.
Her head has dwarf dimensions.
You know what you sound like right now? Remember Jason Alexander's character in Shallow Hal? That's you. That's you.
Hold on, I can prove it. I want you to look at this chick from the side, right? Look at Brooklyn Decker from the side. Be honest. Hold up, I'm gonna zoom in. True or false? You can see the dwarf head dimensions, right?
That's the angle you're looking at. Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
She's Tyrion Lannister. She should cosplay as Tyrion. That'd be hilarious.
Look at that. She has a dwarf's head. Like, you know, the weird head dimensions. Remember, Nick, I said I can smash a midget in my 2.5 some only because they have to have the right dimensions, right?
Yeah.
I can't do the weird head thing. That's creepy to me. It's creepy.
Sorry, Peter Dinklage. You're gonna have to take a rain check. Or get some plastic surgery and get that forehead reduced.
Get that, yeah. We need forehead reduction surgery, man.
Good Lord. Frederick Little says, hey, Nick and Drex, hope you guys are doing well. Great show like always. Wanted to ask you both in the chat, who do you like more and think is superior, Godzilla or King Kong?
Okay, King Kong is a Super Saiyan simp.
Yep.
He simped hard for Andero and got no ass. Godzilla was just wrecking
I mean, that would have been rough on her.
Too bad. You take it. Our boys from GG think otherwise. King Kong had a great facial abuse scene. So
if King Kong was into Piper Perry, he'd be into Piper.
He'd be into Piper Perry. You know what? Here's the thing. I like Godzilla as a character because Godzilla has more character than King Kong has more character than Godzilla in terms of, yeah. But I mean, who do you think makes the better movie? Because Godzilla's usually just wrecking shit, whereas King Kong is like, you know, I mean,
Godzilla makes a better movie.
You did go see Godzilla 2000 opening night.
That wasn't Godzilla. That was trash. There's a big difference there.
You actually went to see that opening night. How did you?
You know what? They had to pump King Kong up to match his size to Godzilla. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I saw that preview for the new one, King Kong versus Godzilla or whatever, and I'm like, King Kong wasn't ever like this tall.
True.
Because he climbed a building and stood on the top of it.
Godzilla like is the building.
Is the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I had to go see Godzilla 2000 opening night. It was a requirement. They hadn't made a Godzilla movie in like 15 years, and I was like 17 years old. No. 18. Yeah, 18 years old.
It was 1998, right? When what year did that movie come out? Yeah, it was Godzilla 2000, but it came out.
It was in 98, so I was 16 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie sucked balls.
Oh, it was real bad.
I never actually saw it.
I worked at the theater then.
I remember that.
They had it on 6 screens opening night. The next day it was on 2. By the next week it was gone.
How can a movie be that bad?
It was awful.
That was Matthew Broderick, right?
Yeah.
So what was the plot of the movie?
It was somehow Matthew Broderick wasn't being shot in the head.
Well,
that was the plot of the movie. They should have just put him out of his misery. I don't remember. They found eggs, Godzilla eggs, and then Godzilla came back for her eggs or something. Who knows? They're basically just an in vitro clinic or whatever.
Mm.
It was a metaphor.
Of course.
A woman deposits frozen eggs and comes back.
Oh,
no, it's terrible. Terrible movie. Jillian Seed says, first 20. Hey, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Watching the head shorts try to cheat made me think Robespierre did nothing wrong. Bastards failed, and my bro turned 6,000 GameStop into 100,000 with more GameStop stock to play tomorrow. Hold the line with diamond hands.
Mm.
My best wishes to anybody in GameStop. Soldier on, lads. Soldier on.
Hope
Stick
they get
it
some
to
return
'em.
on that, because I have a feeling, Nick, that just like with the pump and dump stocks back in the day, I think that shit's gonna plummet.
Yeah, I mean, eventually it's going
Yeah.
to. That was Godzilla 1998, not Godzilla 2000. Different movie entirely.
What the hell was Wait, which one was Matthew Broderick? Was 98, right? Or was 2000?
Broderick would have been the 98 one.
Okay. So what came out in 2000?
Another one.
Jesus.
They must have recognized what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We made garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla 2000, we know that it wasn't called Godzilla 2000. It was just called Godzilla, but came out in 2000. I don't know. Was that one any good? The Matthew Broderick one was bad. Blaine 20 says, I made 200 on crypto. Have some. Hey, thanks, buddy. Link in Discord DMs to a funny tweet thread if you want to chuckle. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know, man. This I feel like the world is moving on without me.
Well, it's moving on without my fucking left hand.
Yeah.
I've got to get this thing fucking checked. It's I
You
got a
should've-
bad feeling,
You
Nick.
should have thought about that.
I got a feeling that they're going to tell me, like, yeah, why didn't you come in earlier? Because this is what's wrong, and it's going to be something stupid. That requires surgery. Shit.
98 Godzilla was so bad that in the Japanese continuity, they retconned it into not being actually Godzilla. Then in Final Wars, they kill the CG Zilla like a bitch.
Damn.
So, that's great. Yeah, you have a second hand. What are you crying about losing one?
That was in Grappler Baki. When my man lost his hand, he was like, the hand was always getting in the way. He just used the stump. That was something. I got to admit, though, I think that
Dopo.
Dopo or Roshi or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. One thing I didn't like about that Baki, Nick, I think it went too dark, personally.
I don't know that it did. Maybe.
I thought like the violence, like some of the violence in that show was kind of like, And I'm never that dude. Like I'm never the dude. Normally you give me violence, I'm saying yeah, but it's like it was the way it was done. I was just kind of like, based on these characters, like the tone of the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this is kind of not. Didn't fit to me.
I mean, it's okay to be wrong about stuff. That's fine. Yeah. Silky Johnson says pretty much all the women in Spartacus were total smoke shows. Which Navia did you like more, the first one or the second one? And how about the blonde bombshell Saxa? Was Saxa the crazy like Gaul chick? I think I liked the second Navia better, if I remember right. I feel like that was true. Melita was smoking. There was the one other blonde chick who was not what's his face's wife, the other one. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Spartacus was a show of pretty people. That
True.
They figured this out. What if we just make everybody in this show like as pretty as possible?
True, they did.
Oh, we're going to sell really well.
Yep.
Just do it. No, Alithia was the wife. There was another chick. She was only in like one episode. Oh, she's the chick that Spartacus kills because he thought it was Alithia. I think she was hotter than Alithia. I don't remember her name, though. Thoughts on Berserk? What about you? What are your thoughts on Berserk?
I've seen Berserk. I remember when my brother first got it back in the Suncoast days, right?
Yeah.
I liked this story, like this the basic story, but like
Did you watch the series or did you watch the 3-movie series?
I'm pretty sure I
The
watched
Golden
the
Arc?
series here, where it's
Okay.
I think it was called like the Golden Age, right? Was that the
Well, the Golden Age is a trilogy of like 3 movies.
Okay, so that's Guts, and then he's got the girl, I forgot her name. Like
But I think
Kath,
it's a retelling
Griffin.
of the series.
It's retelling the series, right? Because I remember my brother. I'm pretty sure my brother had this series, and they've redone it. I want to say twice, right? They've redone that
Well,
storyline.
I don't know if
Where
they've redone it.
Griffith turns into the whatever the little demon king. He becomes the villain. Griffith becomes the villain after getting captured, and on that like one horrible night, and he ends it gets
brutal.
It gets brutal, and that's when like Guts loses the arm and his eye, and everything goes to hell, right?
Yeah, and then they did a follow-up to
So what
that.
happens after that? Like, okay, so Griffith is
Things get weird because
this
that's
demon king.
then
guy,
he goes.
and-
Yeah, Griffith stays like a demon king or whatever, and then Guts goes with Skull Knight, and he gets the Berserk armor,
Yep.
and that's all. Like then he has to fight these things, and there's like this religious order, and it's weird as shit. But I haven't actually seen it. I've only seen clips of it. But I liked the Golden Arc.
So that was my only question though. Is like, okay, so once Griffith becomes the enemy, he becomes the antagonist. Okay, so where's the story go after that?
It goes somewhere else. I don't know that Griffith is the main antagonist at that point. But like I said, I don't know. I didn't actually watch it. And I'm certainly not going to read it. People are like, read the manga. I don't have time for that
Man,
shit at
look.
all. Do you know how long that manga is? Longer than I have time to read.
Yeah, I heard about the CGI Berserk, Peter. I heard about
It didn't
that
bother me. That doesn't bother me at all. Like it's in the Golden Arc. Like
Mm-hmm.
the CGI animation, I know it bothers some people. I didn't.
To me, as long as you have a
trouble.
good story and you got good animation, like I normally I'm pretty okay with whatever you're doing. I mean, it's better than DBZ's repeated frames, right? It's like, what are we doing? The amount of filler in DBZ is out of control, man.
It kept the animation costs way down.
Of course it does.
Yeah. Not only that, but they they do lots of stuff to keep the animation costs down. Doug was telling me all about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I never even thought about it. That's a coward's excuse. New chapters for the manga come out like once a year because the author is too busy playing video games. That's too many. That's too many once a years. I have so much other stuff. I didn't say the CGI was good animation. I just said it didn't bother me.
Yeah, DBZ. Yeah, well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I get why they were doing what they were doing. I'm just saying, like, here's the thing: you can have all the repeated frames you want, Nick. But my question is this: why the filler? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this. If you were in charge of DBZ and you were going to go lean and mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many episodes should the Frieza saga have been?
30. And all of them, the Piccolo and Goku driving episode. The problem with DBZ is some of the filler was good, and that was one of them. Or when in Dragon Ball Super, when Vegeta takes Bulma and Trunks on vacation.
Of course.
He's so pissed because he knows Kakarot's training. He's
Of
just,
course.
he won't even, like, he's just standing on the roof of the ship, just pissed, flying along. I was dying. He's just carrying bags and bags of stuff. Just.
He was always the best character by far, and they never treated him right, and that always bothered me. I mean, Vegeta was just, I mean, he's clearly the most interesting character in the show.
Yeah. I didn't like DBZ Kai, though. That's the thing.
Is that the one where they like reanimated and did some stuff?
They did exactly what you said.
But
They took out the filler.
Okay, even though by definition you could say they did what I was wanting, But Nick, it just didn't work because it didn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, I didn't like it.
yeah, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan.
Let's see. Oh, someone said that Guts' mission is to kill Griffith and fix Casca, I guess. So that's
Okay.
after. No, there's no updates on the Vic case. I know it's a Thursday, so it's reasonable to ask, but if it's this point on a Thursday, you'd know if there was an update.
So I'm curious. What was? I'm sure you guys in the chat know. What was the purpose behind DBZ Kai? Like, what was the? I mean,
Money.
Well,
You have all the material already. All you just do is condense it down. You just edit.
but they reanimated some of the stuff. Like it looked.
Did they?
It looked a little cleaner in the animations.
Maybe. I just didn't like it at all. Like I'm okay with an anime being 900 episodes. Like at the end of the day.
How many times do you watch Sailor Moon?
0.
You know Sailor Moon has 48,000 episodes, right?
Yeah, too many. I mean, I've watched individual episodes. It used to be on Toonami.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But I also watched Tenchi because that was on Toonami, and I was just around.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for Tenchi because I didn't like comedy anime.
Yeah. I don't know. You think about some of the things that anime has done over the years, Nick, and I still like the 26 episode format. You know, like the Triguns, the Cowboy Bebops. Like, here's your story, 26 episodes. It's over, right?
You know why Trigun only has 26 episodes, right?
Here you go.
Because it deserved to be canceled.
Your Trigun hate is unreal.
You know how I know Trigun's bad? Because I remember all our friends going to anime conventions, and every time they come back and show me pictures, you know what I saw? Nothing but Vash the Stampede.
That's right.
And he can eat shit. Because all I ever saw was Vash the Stampede.
Oh, God, here you go.
And they were all bad.
You need to love that show. You need
Gene
to embrace that
Starwind
show.
is way better than Vash.
You just said Outlaw Stars. Gene Starwind is better than Vash?
Absolutely.
No way.
Outlaw Star is way better.
Oh, you did not say these words. No. No
it's
way.
a million times better than Trigun.
I remember Outlaw Star, and I went like this. It's all right.
Wrong.
It's all right.
Wrong. Way better.
Not even close.
Drexel, my man shoots a black hole. And a guy gets sucked in. But he's so manly, he comes back out.
Now, hold on.
That's one of the funniest
Speaking
things.
of manly, we need to give an award to the manliest character in the history of everything.
What's that?
Kenshiro. Nick, Kenshiro might be the single manliest dude of anything ever.
I agree with you, but as devil's advocate, I must put the hat in for Violence Jack. Because
Violence Jack, I mean, the body count did get out of hand quick. I mean,
he was so huge.
Gogol 13 was up there too, though, Nick. I mean, the bodies
The
in
chat's now full of.
Ow! I mean, Nick, my man went through body and Nick, he walked through a building.
Yep. They dropped it on his
They
head.
dropped it on him, and he went like this. Nick, do you carry the wounds of the North Star? Nick, and just the explosions, though.
And except for the yata-ta-ta-tas, Kenshiro's voice is deep and manly.
It is.
Like every other main anime character's voice is like a tenor.
And that's one of the reasons why I've always been. Okay, here's it. Spike Spiegel. Okay, so I love Spike because why? He sounds like a man.
Yeah,
so does Jet Black.
Yeah, Spike's like a baritone.
He's like a baritone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One of the issues I've always had with anime, and okay, when my brother showed me Attack on Titan, I immediately got turned off of the series because they did the shit that I hate more than anything, which is like this super emotional beta. Oh, you bastards! And
I mean, Attack on Titan though, like literally everybody they know is getting eaten and chopped in half in front of them.
But that
shoved into the ground.
But that wouldn't do anything. Going, you bastard! And he goes, rah! And he just, it's like, What was the point?
These people weren't in their right minds, man.
Come on, man.
Drexel, like your mom is standing there, just gets stepped
I mean, don't get me
on.
wrong, they were getting it bad, but it's like,
They were getting it worse than bad.
but Nick, Kenshiro walks like this when he.
Everybody else in Fist of the North Star acts like everybody did act in Attack on Titan because they were getting it bad.
Yeah.
Like when
when he was hitting dudes like this, and he would Nick, and you see their heads go, they would explain like, oh shit.
But even without Kenshiro, right? The background body count of that show was hilarious. It was always some wastelander just murdering people viciously. Here, you'll have to cut his throat. Like, me? That's my friend. Do it or I'll cut yours. And then he does it, and they cut his anyway.
Yeah. It was.
Kenshiro walks up. Have you ever seen the guy find Kenshiro in the haystack?
I don't think I remember that. I just love seeing every time they would fight, man. Someone said Outlaw Star is better than Cowboy Bebop. Wow. I say definite no.
That's a bold position, but Outlaw Star gets real good if you watch it.
I don't remember it ever getting good. Kenshiro's a one-man genocide. Facts. I mean, Nick, he had no chill. He even let a mute girl talk.
Hold on, here we go.
I do remember that.
That look on his face.
Yeah. Kenshiro, look, man, I don't know. Kenshiro's just a different level, man. But anytime you hit a dude like this, and you go, you're already dead. And he's just, Nick, the exploding heads and rib cages. But Nick, that movie can't exist now.
Fist of the North Star?
Yeah, Fist of the North Star can't exist now.
You know how I learned about Fist of the North Star? I somehow bought it on Game Boy. There was a fighting game on Game Boy, Fist of the North Star. And I'm like, who's this? What is this? I always played the big dude. He had whips. Oh my God.
Those are the good old days.
Yeah. Everything was great. Everything was violent. Like,
do you know what was violent?
Everything. And nothing at the same time.
Fortress of Fear.
Fortress of Fear.
Did you ever beat that?
No. Did you?
No one did.
You
know the game doesn't actually end, right?
You know how cheating. You play that game on Game Boy Color. That's cheating.
Of course. You know, you needed to not be able to see the arrows. Because that's what kills you. You were like, wait, what? And you.
Why is my health dropping?
Remember, Nick, do you remember the jump? You jump, and when you got hit by an arrow, your guy went like this. And you like did the weird fall. You're like, what? And it's like 80%. You're like, well, what?
Yeah. Legendary Wizard says, don't forget Rayo. The final boss of Fist of the North Star was such a Chad that he never allowed his knees to touch the ground.
That's hardcore.
That's Kenshiro's older brother, who, by the way, is a massive.
Yeah. He was hardcore. Wait, he's the one that put in the wounds.
Yeah. And he also, I think he kills their other brother.
Yeah.
Mercilessly.
Because it was the master, right? He kills the master or whatever that didn't give him the certain powers or something. Damn. You know, like, so Nick, I'm tired of watching things that don't have savagery in them, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about Redo the Healer. There's a level of savagery that you need.
Yeah.
And so Redo has more of like a tongue-in-cheek savagery, right? Like, it's not like the super dark, just it's always kind of tongue-in-cheek.
I think they have to do that more these days. I almost think that right now people aren't into the savagery. Because, I mean, that's what Berserk has.
Mm-hmm.
But Berserk is a product of a prior time.
Yep.
Even though it's still going, I get it. But Berserk is established. But like Goblin Slayer starts off with savagery. Have you ever seen any Goblin Slayer?
I don't think so.
I mean, the first episode.
When did that come out?
Last year or the year before.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The first episode of Goblin Slayer is rough. Like, it is violent and brutal. But then it kind of gets goofier. Like it gets some of the comedy aspects of anime thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you gotta watch the first episode of Goblin Slayer. You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. It's got that savagery. But then but after that, it kind of changes tone quite a bit. And I think that's like the new trend in anime. Is they're getting away from just like the pure savage stuff for the most part.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, on one hand, you can say that they've gotten away from the savagery, but it's like I've noticed that there's far more nudity now than there was back in the day.
Yeah.
Like nudity and suggestive innuendo. Because I think back in the day there was more violence tilted, right?
Right.
And then now it's more sex tilted, right? Like it has more of an innuendo throughout. And if someone were to ask me, I think that when you do it with violence, I think that it prevents your characters from doing like the goofy anime-isms. Because I'm gonna be honest with Nick, one of the reasons why I kind of got away from a lot of the anime stuff is like there was a same equality to when they started getting all like they this right. They do like the laugh while they're always. And it's just like, why can't there just be like some fucking savage shit in anime? And it kept going toward that. You made that assessment on even Trigun had that, right? Where whenever he would do his like,
that's one of the reasons I didn't like
his stupid manga face. Yeah, the cheesy whatever. I'm just
whatever it's called.
Because Nick, even though I'm a fan of Trigun, I can admit I was like, why is this in there? Like this stupidness stuff. It's just like, dude. Like, but I mean, I get it.
I think it's the Japanese audience that's buying anime, like. And I don't know anything about this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but I've heard.
Yeah, super deformed. Yeah, it is.
I've heard like the basically the otaku culture in Japan is all these kids who grew up watching anime are now middle-aged, wealthy men, but they're also like there's obviously a relationship issue going on in Japan where like that
it's done.
Yeah. And so you've got this mix of like guys who are single and have maybe some social awkwardness around women because of how their culture has progressed in whatever way it did. And so then they're inserting that main character because they're the people buying.
I can see that.
And so that's why
it's always kind of like that childlike quality that they kind of have in it. And I don't know. I just, But here's the thing though. Here's the thing I'll say about anime. You're 100% right when you say it appeals to a certain audience because remember, grizzled characters in general appeals to American audiences, right? Western audiences, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And like Japanese audiences have always kind of had these like androgynous kind of characters, right? Like,
what are you talking about? I've never seen a Final Fantasy game ever in my life.
Dude, that shit's whack. That shit's whack.
Nick, might as well call it Femboy Heroes.
Yeah, this fem shit. Like whereas. I can remember, right? Okay, I remember when my brother was playing Final Fantasy.
His sword's 8 feet long. He must be big. Nope.
No, he's gonna be some effeminate, little like emotional dude. Like, whereas, look, man, I want my dudes to look like Solid Snake. You see what I'm saying? I want grizzled, because Nick, based on the game world that you're living in or the anime world you're living in, Nick, do you know who you would be? A grizzled dude, right? Like you wouldn't be some little 17-year-old like femboy dude. You're like, no, you wouldn't.
You'd be Kenshiro.
You'd be Kenshiro, like you would be hardcore, like,
or you'd be dead,
right? When you watch Cowboy Bebop, Jet Black has scars from the past, right? Hence the metal arm, blah blah blah. That's how you would be in that environment. Like you wouldn't be.
But Spike is wafy.
So here's the thing: Spike represents the dude who, remember, at any time Spike can turn it on, right?
Yeah,
and become the same syndicate badass that he was in the past, right?
Yeah, Spike is he's unassuming looking, but he's highly trained.
Yeah, he's
like
highly
the
capable.
Idea. It's that sort of thing. This is an agent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they need to get closer to that, like I said. But that's just my personal taste, and I think it represents a Western taste.
Do you think the West has been doing that though? With like I mentioned Spartacus earlier. Mm-hmm. And then when you go and look at like Zack Snyder's 300 and you look at like all these guys are like they're trying to make their muscles all pretty. That's not how these guys look.
No.
First of all, they weren't tall. They were squat and they were just meat. Like these guys were you did labor all your life. They did not hit a gym ever. I mean, they did work out, but there wasn't like a bench press and a fly.
They
fly
did
machine.
like life work. Okay, so when you and I were watching
They're picking up, it's like Rocky. They're hauling around trees and shit.
well, when we watched The Headhunter, right?
Yeah.
So we're watching the movie. That's the kind of like thick body you're gonna have, right? Like just that thick, because Nick, it represents what you need to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
So Nick, carrying around a 50-pound sack of corn requires you to have some bulk.
Digging and hoeing all day.
All day.
Your traps would be monstrous. If all day you're
All
doing
day.
this.
Well, and you're right. When you were watching the movie, you were talking about one of the things that would have been different back then. You said there would have always been something to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember the door kept just.
Yeah.
But like whereas right now, right? Like when someone says, "Hey Nick, what do you have to do right now?" You don't have to do it because we live in such a comfortable society, right?
Well, just the idea of like how people are saying read the manga. You go back to 1830 and read a manga. Like you don't have time. You got to prepare for winter.
For real. For real.
What a shit life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, life sucked, Nick.
Yeah.
People like, I would say 4 generations back, 3 generations back, life sucked. Now, let's be honest, Nick. The people who lived it, by comparison, were like, I don't think our life sucked. It was just life. To them, it was just life.
Right.
No different than us saying, hey, Nick, do you remember walking to school? There's going to be a time where someone goes like this. We just teleport to school. How the hell did you guys walk that? That had to suck. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Beavernator. Yeah, says the guy who reads Warhammer. That's why I don't have time to read Berserk. I barely even have time to read any Warhammer. I get like 4 pages a day. It's terrible.
Yeah,
It's
there's
terrible.
no grocery store. Yeah, for real. Like, well, Nick, yeah, something. Nick, when we get hungry, like a prime example, we took the kids out to Pizza Ranch tonight, right?
Yeah.
Everything is prepared for you already. You're paying for the ability to consume
Right.
prepared food. Imagine Nick going like this. Oh man, we gotta get so every meal was a new task, right? When you finished breakfast, you were already preparing lunch. When you finished lunch, you started to clean up to prepare for it. It was this endless rotation. Now
Yeah.
you're like this, Nick. Oh, we ate. Clean back. Let me know. You kids are hungry again? Okay, we'll go eat something or we'll make something here, right? Like,
Yeah.
But
Damn kid.
these damn kids.
Taking to the restaurant. Making me tired.
That's why I was snoring on the couch.
Yeah. Let's see.
Lupin. Yeah. What did you think about Lupin?
I never watched Lupin.
The animation made me not be into it. I didn't like that weird
Guy looks weird to me.
basic. Yeah, I don't like that basic looking animation. I like stuff to be a little more chiseled, a little more hardcore in that regard.
Like Golden Boy?
What?
Where the wasn't that the one where the guy he drops his pants, he's got the hand grenades hanging from his pubes?
Is that what it was?
I think that was Golden Boy.
I mean, I just remember Dick slapping a chick across the face, which might have been anime's best moment in history.
That's pretty good. Andrew War Snowboard says no one made the MLB Hall of Fame this year for the 3rd time ever. Domestic abuse allegations, steroids, or general non-PC behavior kept everyone out because sports greatness is no longer the baseline. Social credit is here. I thought no one made the MLB Hall of Fame because they didn't play, really. Oh, that was Mad Bull? Okay. I don't remember what anime that was. What do you think about that? No
Stupid.
Hall of Fame.
Stupid.
Who would have made the Hall of Fame this year?
So remember, you're only eligible after 5 years.
Hall of Fame, it doesn't matter about who plays. Yeah, this year. Never mind. That's really dumb.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So Nick.
I wasn't thinking. I was thinking like MVP type.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So if someone walks around saying, well, Nick, we're not going to let this guy in because he played in era X, right?
Yeah.
What do you know what has been the argument against not allowing guys into the steroid era? They're like this. Babe Ruth didn't play against black people. Blacks and Latinos. Like you could say, remember, there was the amphetamine. Before they did steroids, like, they were popping amphetamines.
Yeah.
That's a performance-enhancing drug, right? So you just see the hypocrisy.
There was, I read a good article about the nuance required for steroid use. because there was some, and it was about a pitcher, I think it was, because pitchers all end up. Oh yeah, no, it was about every pitcher basically ends up getting the same surgery, and they're starting to get it earlier.
Tommy John.
Yeah, they're starting to get it earlier and earlier because eventually that tendon wears out, so they have to fix it. And so they go and they get it fixed kind of early on, then they don't have to worry about it. And the guy's like, that's a performance enhancing, I mean,
procedure then.
Yeah.
Instead of a drug, it's a procedure,
it's
right?
a procedure. And he's like, so where do we draw the line on this stuff? Because, I mean, people decide that that's a necessity of the sport. And he was talking about someone who was disqualified because they had PEDs, but it was literally they were healing. And it was like, well, they could have healed for X amount of time, or they could have healed in half the time with the steroid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are we forcing them to wait if they could heal faster? What's the purpose of this? And that's not a performance enhancer. That's part of the recovery process.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an interesting sort of take on it.
To me, okay, I view it like this. You are a product of your era, right? So if you were in the steroid era, and people forget this, Nick, the pitchers were juiced. They keep talking about the hitters. The pitchers were juiced.
But I mean, some of those batteries.
Hey,
when they come up there and the bat looks like little, and you're like, you're going to hit with that.
I remember that 98 season with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. I remember that season vividly.
They were dumping home runs.
I remember what they used to look like, right? Like, because, you know, I used to collect cards, right? Baseball, basketball, football, hockey. Nick, I remember Mark McGwire when he was with the Oakland A's, right? I see this dude with the Cardinals, and I'm looking, I'm like, you know, you have to double take because you're like, that's not the same, because the name is the same. It sort of looked like him. And I'm like, that's not the same dude. And then you realize this dude's, his forearm, Nick, was like 4 times the size it's supposed to be, right? I'm looking like, but then again, okay, so if you're gonna bash, it's one of those, the chicken or the egg thing, right?
Yeah.
If the pitchers are juiced and they're able to just keep whipping balls out, right? They're not fatiguing. The batter's like, well, I'm forced to combat what the pitcher's doing, or vice versa, right? Barry Bonds was late to the steroid party, allegedly, right? But if but here's where
he ate twice as much.
well, here's the thing about guys like Barry Bonds. So Nick, let's say you're one of these guys who talks about how juice does X, juice does Y, juice does Z, right?
Yeah.
All juice can do, Nick, it doesn't help your bat speed, right? If someone says, "Hey Nick, we're gonna juice you right now," you're not gonna be able to see that fastball coming any quicker, right? Like, bat speed is just, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
You either know how to play the game or you don't. Steroids to me is like a boost. Like okay, Barry Bonds was a Hall of Fame level player regardless. Juicing, allegedly, just put him from being Hall of Fame level to being like God tier, right?
Yeah.
Whatever level, because remember, Nick, there's guys that can barely make the league, right? Barely. They're like on the cusp. If someone says, yo, man, you've come this far, all you got to do is just do this little bit extra to make it into the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do it. It's that little boost. It was like you said, Nick, no different than going out there, Tommy John surgery, right? Ulnar collateral ligament, right? Your UCL. You wear that thing out and it's done. There was a time, Nick, where they went like this. Man, shit, you had a good career.
You're out.
You're out. You had 6 years, and that's it. Now, all of a sudden, do you know what else used to be like that, Nick? ACL injuries in basketball and football. That used to spell your end of your career.
Yeah.
You saw your ACL, they were like, oh, well.
It was Craig Biggio popped his ACL sliding in to like second base or something. And then, he knew what happened. He got up and walked off the field.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I don't worry. I see that. Yeah. Cloud duel. Yeah. Barry Bonds never tested positive once, Nick. Not once. So, no, here's the thing. Do I believe he juiced? Okay. If the man's head grew.
He got large.
Barry Bonds. Well, here's the thing. And people look at this dude's back and said, like, bruh. he was in San Francisco hitting balls. And people were like, what?
It was one of my favorite.
But you're like 38, though. Like,
that was one of my favorite Pros versus Joes moments. They had, I think it was Ken Caminetti in a home run competition, and he had got caught juicing. And one guy goes, "Hey, didn't you juice?" And he goes, "That was a long time ago." And then he walks out and just dropping bombs.
Man. Yeah, Barry is something else. I saw someone ask a question.
Have you watched the new Resident Evil 8 trailer?
I saw whatever the first trailer was. I haven't seen anything after that.
They need the opinion on Vampire Mom.
Oh, that's the tall chick that everyone's talking about. Yeah, I think she's a cool looking character.
Okay.
I'm sure they're gonna. Here's the thing. After Resident Evil, after the Resident Evil 3 remake with feminist Jill, I'm concerned. I'm like, now given that they outsourced that, so, but you know how that is, Nick. I mean, look, everything goes woke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you be like, I'm not gonna pay money to Resident Evil 8. Now, if people who I trust, like, actual independent reviewers, go, no, this game is really great, yeah, then I may check it out. But I'm like, I don't even have a PS5. I don't plan on getting a PS5.
Yeah, I don't either.
I
don't know where to put it. My house isn't big enough.
You're kind of done.
Nobody's house is big enough for a PS5.
Oh, here you go.
Thing is giant.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought you were just saying that, and then I saw a picture, and I was like, it showed that the digital only Xbox, your Xbox, and a PS5. It was like the the fuck.
It's like 2.5 feet tall. It's like one of those deluxe Transformers or G.I. Joe toys that you'd get back in the day. It's like,
oh my god!
Look, where's that G.I. Joe toy? Is it under the bed? It is the bed.
It is the bed. Yeah, if any of you guys in the chat have a PS5, yeah, go ahead and let us know. I saw it. I haven't seen it in person. I just saw that picture. I didn't know it was that, because when you don't have anything to compare it to, Nick, you don't know how big it is. You're like, okay, I mean, I guess it's big.
Yeah.
Now, the PS5 did give us the greatest meme of last year, which was the PS5 secured meme. Because it got dark, Nick. There were some brothers in hotel rooms with old white men. And the dude was pulling his pants up. And I'm like, bruh.
PS5 secured with tears in his eyes.
The PS5 secured was the best meme ever, man. That was the best meme ever.
Synac8 says, Drex, have you seen RE0? You may call it the anime of the ultimate simp getting what he deserves. I call watching a man go more insane each episode. Also, if you like Rem, you're a cuck. We don't get, I assume you don't watch much anime at all.
No, I haven't, other than being here, I don't think I've seen any anime in almost 20 years.
And you've seen as much anime as me in like the past 20 years too.
Yeah, I'm
kind of pumped for the new Evangelion movie.
They're going to do that again? They're going to reboot it?
It's not rebooting. There were the after series movies. Like You Cannot Repeat, You Cannot Advance or whatever. And they're on like the last one or something. So I'm kind of interested to see.
Were the other ones good?
Yeah, I remember the first one was good. I don't know if I remember the second one or not. I might be blending them. I probably have to go back and I have them.
I like the Cowboy Bebop movie.
Yeah, the Bebop movie was great.
Kept that great music. Vincent was a great villain. Vincent Villaju.
Yeah.
Vincent
or Vicious? Which one do you like better?
Okay. Vicious is the more stereotypical anime villain, right?
Yeah.
Vincent is the more interesting villain.
Yeah.
So they both kind of fit their own mode.
Yeah, I want to someday go back and rewatch Bebop, but I just haven't had the motivation to do it.
Yeah.
Cuz I've already seen it, and so it's like I always have something else to do.
Isn't that our man Soder was over earlier, and we talked about that. Just, do you remember there was a time, Nick, when you just had time?
College. Because it didn't matter. You didn't have to go anywhere. Class, I'll go tomorrow.
I'll go.
You don't have that class tomorrow. Oh, good.
Good.
I'll go next week.
Do you remember just being able to be like this? Nick, I'm going to play this game until I finish this game, right?
Yeah.
Before kids, before marriage, before, real responsibilities with job. Before all that, you're just a young man being able to say, I got my games. And you could just, even if someone gave you a book to read.
Yeah.
You could if you want to knock out a book.
I used to tear through books.
Any weekend, right? Any weekend you could tear through a book. Now you're like.
When I was in law school, I tore through books because I wasn't home.
Yeah.
Like I would go and I'd stay at my parents' house, overnight the one night. So I'd go to class and then I'd go to my parents' house and I could sit down and I could burn through half a book. And then I could wake up and burn through the other half of a book the next day, still have time to go to lunch, watch a movie, and then go to class. It was crazy. But now, man, I'm just constantly behind. Like, God, always got something to do.
Yeah, Frank the Tank, hang in there, man. I see he said he hates his job. We've all been there. I've been there. Nick's been there.
He said he loves his job now. He works 40 hours in 2.5 days, and it's done.
I don't see that. I'm looking at Frank the Tank 285. Says I hate my job. I missed that.
Then now it's he also has. Oh wait, no, that was right. Yeah, he said that right after the first one.
Oh.
Oh God. Ace of Spades says the term otaku means that you have a higher interest in a certain thing, like people who collect the figurines are otakus. But you could also say people who collect guns and have a vast knowledge of it could be considered otakus. Uh-oh. All the gun enthusiasts in the chat just became virgins. Done.
Wah, wah.
Coolman229 says, hey, Nick, not sure if you've heard, but there's a cash grab sequel to Inuyasha called Yashahime that turned one of the original characters into a pedo and treated as good. Guess who's involved with dubbing it? Funimation. Of course. Of course it is. They're literally called gun-takus. Are there gunt-takus? That's the question that I have. But okay, we've got TLJ Screwjob says small and tired, don't tell Lady Rackets. Adrian Valladera says, Nick, I want some advice. I'm a young guy in his early 20s, and I want to ask you what the best and quickest way to build my credit within a year is. Any advice is appreciated. You got to get a credit card and keep a small balance on it. That's the best advice I can give you. Like $100 balance. You have to carry a balance on the card to build credit fast. It's dumb. It doesn't make sense. You should be able to build credit.
That never made sense.
You should be able to build credit by not having a balance, by paying it off every month. They want to see that you can handle some debt.
Isn't that the stupidest shit, though? Like, it's an oxymoron, right? Like, I remember, Nick, when I first learned that, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I think the thinking is, when you go to buy a house or a car, you're not going to be able to just pay it off in 1 month. So they have to see how you handle yourself with actually having a debt load is the idea.
I get it.
But it's not smart. It's just how it is. So get a credit card with a low limit and then keep $100 balance on it. Pay the interest in the minimum payments. Buy like one pizza a month or something.
They try to play my mom like that. You know that?
No.
My mom went to go retire, and she went to just go buy a car. She talks them down. They do all the blah, 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 and all the payment plan. She's like, yeah, okay. It comes time to buy, and they're like, oh, we got to lock you in this interest rate. Like, yeah, here's the money. Because, Nick, they don't want you to pay in one payment.
No, they want you to do the interest.
They want you to do that finance, right? They want you to finance a car or finance a house. Nick, could you imagine talking someone down in a house and then when it's time, be like this, yeah, I'm going to pay $280,000 right now in cash.
Mm-hmm.
So now think about it. You got what you wanted, you got the money, but Nick, that's not what they want. They want that interest. They want the interest.
Yeah. Well, and the finance, they're paying incentives to the car company to get you locked in. But yeah, I tend to just get my cars and buy them outright because I don't want a loan to pay.
Yeah. Well, even me, when I came out here to go get this car, I told the dude, I'm like, yo, sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your money. I'll meet you in a week. I'll come back here. When I come back,
I'll have it in a paper bag.
Yeah. I don't do that. I don't like the payment plan shit. Something about it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I want to say, this is my shit. I own it. My name is on it. I own my car. That's that.
Yep. You always gotta lock in your deals on the car and get your incentives before you tell them you're paying cash.
Absolutely.
That's the trick. Get everything down on paper.
Everything on paper.
And then they'll go, okay, now let's go to the finance guy. It's like, okay, let's get this deal locked in. And then we'll go to the finance guy. Then you go there. Yeah, I'm going to pay cash. What? But our incentives require, no, we're locked in.
We're locked in.
So, Blaine20 says, Broderick stopped acting so much and has had a subdued demeanor because he accidentally killed someone while DUI. He didn't feel right having fame and wealth after that. Oh, Matthew Broderick. Yeah. Don't drink and drive. Not good. Not good.
Oh, you know, I saw Raycon said something about, I guess there's some issue with cosplaying girls. People are saying these companies want them to pay because they're using the likeness of these anime characters in cosplay and getting paid. You hear about that? Because companies aren't going to come after you for using
licensing cosplay. I mean, I guess good luck. I think that would fall into the public performance exception for fair use. Like, there's some sort of fair use exception where you can, like, if you're not recording it, right? Like you're just doing a public performance of it. That's gonna have an impact on the porn industry. All that cosplay porn.
Yeah. Belle Delphine.
And all the Twitch thottery. Dude,
that shit is, Nick, when I first found out about Twitch and someone explained what it was.
Oh, in Japan, like, yeah. Oh, if anyone wants to do performance art and they're going to Japan, like, what are you doing? Their copyright laws are terrible for you. They're great for their properties.
Correct.
Don't do it. Just come here or go to Europe.
Right?
Anyway.
Dominique Sky.
Oh, gross. Just hideous. TLJ Screwjob says, do you care about green frogs? Do you care about the effects of pigs on the green community?
Oh my goodness.
Do you love black people? Hedge fund manager says, shit. Mr. Y says, Drexy Pie, when are you going to come over and blow my bussy out? I need it so badly, Drexy Pie. Pretty please. Hedge fund managers says, please, guys, sell your GameStop stock. My wife will leave me and take the kids with her.
Damn.
Some guy had a great tweet. It was, I know this GameStop thing is funny and all, but remember, at the end, or on the other side of this are real people with multiple boats. Like, they want us to, they want to, not us. I don't know if they care about me. They want normal Americans to feel bad about hedge fund billionaires. No. Like,
the narcissism's out of control, man.
But they'll lose their money. They did this to company after company. Like, they were short selling GameStop to run GameStop out of business.
Yep.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think GameStop deserves to go out of business, but because I don't think the company has merit, not because a hedge fund decided it.
Correct.
This is what they do.
Reggie is the head of GameStop now, right?
I don't know.
Former Nintendo exec, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Man, imagine that downgrade. I'm gonna leave Nintendo. I'm gonna go to GameStop.
Yeah, well, here's what's crazy. I think a lot of these guys who are in his position. Do you notice these corporate guys, right?
Yeah.
Nick, they just kind of go from like place to place just to have something to do.
Yeah.
Because Nick, he was like very high up on Nintendo's. He was like, correct me if I'm wrong. Some of you guys in the chat, I'm sure, know where Reggie's like position was. He was like executive, like senior, like SVP of something. I mean, he was way up there.
So he's on the board of GameStop. He's not CEO.
Oh, he's on the board.
They have a new CEO, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they need a new CEO pretty much every month for how bad that company has been doing.
Yeah. He was basically the head of Nintendo USA. Yeah, he was way up there. And so, Nick, I think that when you do that job for as long as he did it for like, what, 13 years or something. I think like these guys, they're in a position, they're doing their thing, and eventually they're kind of like, okay, I've done this, whatever this is with this company. I'm going to leave. And then they're out of the game.
Challenge.
Yeah, they're out of the game for like 6 months. They're like, man, I need to go try some. I want to go try to raise this dead company up from the ashes, right? Like I just think that that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. Oh, GameStop though, like let it die. It's got to go.
Well, do you know who I think is going to help save it temporarily? Is Microsoft. You heard about Phil Spencer and them talk about their something that Microsoft is doing with GameStop, putting their products in there, like more interactive. Like there's something they're doing.
Yes, because they got rid of Microsoft stores. Well, wait a minute. Hold up. Did you just suggest that Microsoft is going enter into a venture and it will succeed?
I did.
Okay, let me check you real quick, because everything Microsoft ends up doing that isn't just literally just Microsoft software fails.
Yeah, that's pretty
all
much
of
true.
it. Microsoft phone, dead. Or Windows phone, dead. Microsoft stores, there's one left. They're all gone.
Is there one left? Where's the one?
Like in Washington or wherever.
Okay,
wherever the headquarters is. They're gone. Zune, gone. Mixer, dead. Everything Microsoft touches withers and dies.
I agree.
They're that. You know who they are? That's perfect. We can do this in an anime reference. Remember in Princess Mononoke? Did you see Princess Mononoke?
I haven't seen that since it came out.
But remember the giant stag or whatever? It would step and like all the plant life would grow and then immediately die.
Yeah.
That's Microsoft. Like an infusion of money. Everything grows and then dies and turns to ash.
Dude.
That's what it is.
I keep hearing, I've heard multiple people say they love Zune or whatever. I never dealt with it because, I had an iPod, right? But Nick, Microsoft has had like you're saying, you're right. Their products have this like weird thing where it's like, they just don't work. Like they don't click with the general public.
Zune's really did.
No, it doesn't say. I'm talking about work in terms of like for a consumer base, right? Like, so they may be good products, right? Because remember, you can have a great product, Nick, and have poor marketing or.
Yeah, it's a lack of follow through from the company.
Yeah.
Same thing with Windows Phone. What they wouldn't do, with the one thing they needed to do was either get Android emulation on Windows Phone, or they needed to get developers to start making apps for Windows Phone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not talking little guys. I'm talking Facebook. Like the Facebook app on Windows Phone was a third-party app that pulled info from the website. It wasn't a Facebook app itself. And so if Facebook ever updated anything, it was behind and it ruined it. It's like Microsoft, you're Microsoft.
Yep.
Just go and say, hey, we need you to help out on the phone because we sell tons of shit that runs your product too. Just help us out. Just approach these companies, collaborate with them.
Well,
and they just wouldn't do it.
How are they that bad though? Because that doesn't really make sense, right? Because Nick, Microsoft is too big of a company. They got lots of government contracts. How do they?
They've been schizophrenic though.
Like
Ballmer was weird because Ballmer just wanted to own an NBA team. Look,
yeah.
I just stay around a little bit longer. I'll have my $5 billion. That's all I need. I just need my $5 billion. I can buy the Pacers or whatever. I don't know who he bought. I can't remember.
The Clippers.
Buy the Clippers. And then I'll be good. It's just what I need. And
I never knew what his obsession is with that.
And then the new guy came in, and he was good. Like, he's actually pretty interesting. And the Surface line has been really, really successful.
Yeah, I like my Surface.
Yeah, it's a good product.
Yeah.
But everything else they touch is just trash. But the Big Red Bear says this is the elite, effectively wanting to cut out the decision making by the little people. Stocks are for the rich. Nobles trading coins. The value of the market is 100% bull in its current form. Even a socialist can see it. Yeah. We're gonna agree on that one, buddy. Adrian Valladares says, got a weird and random question for you both, Nick. If Drexel was a dog, what breed do you think he'd be? Drexel, if Nick was a dog, what breed do you think he would be? Also, what breed of dog would Ron be, just because I think it'd be funny?
Well, I don't know dogs at all. I don't know dog breeds.
Let's see. I mean, you'd have to be like a Mastiff or something.
I don't know what that
like
is.
Big and muscular dog. I don't know.
Okay.
With glasses.
That doesn't sound bad. I mean, how long do they live, though?
Well, I've got bad news.
I always heard that a lot of those big dogs end up like dying early. It's like, oh, that's shitty.
Nick is a greyhound because of the schnoz. There you go. Ron's a Pomeranian. Ron would be a little piece of shit. Whatever it is. I don't know. He'd be just a little twerpy thing. The dogs that I hate. Those little yippy things.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's...
Ugh.
I don't know. The big ones can be an issue, too. Like, girls with big dogs, it's always like you go over their place, you're like, are you fucking serious? Like, what are we doing?
Girls with big dogs? White girls? Are there white girls with big dogs? I'm just curious, your experience.
They're always white girls with big dogs.
Really?
You don't see Latino chicks with big dogs. You don't
weird.
see Asian chicks. It's not weird once you know.
Why would that be?
I mean, when you open the cupboard and see peanut butter jars, you know. You know it's going down, Nick.
It's not acceptable. Werex says, I took your advice yesterday. Didn't find those you recommended. Live in a small town. Bought a Highland Park 10-year Viking scars. Do not regret my choice at all. No, that's good stuff. Uziel says, if you go to realgood.com, movies source Amazon, you can view all the movies Amazon Prime has.
Wait, what?
That's amazing. I'm going to type this thing into my browser right now.
Wait, what is that?
realgood.com/movies/source/Amazon. Oh, that's awesome.
So what does it do?
Can I organize it? Yeah, there's filtering. Okay, that's cool. Very cool. I'm going to play around with that. Let's see. Crusader Saracen says, no, Drex, they don't need to reboot Xena. Because if they do, they'll make Xena a fat, black, trans, queer queen just like Netflix did with Faye Valentine in and nobody needs that in their life. Wait, Faye Valentine is...
They fucked over Faye and then the Cowboy Bebop live action, and I had no interest after that. I'm like, I'm good.
Wait a minute. I haven't heard this news. So Faye Valentine live action.
She ain't the Faye you're thinking of.
They haven't listed who it'll be though, did they?
Yeah, it's already cast.
Daniela Pineda is the name. Who's this?
Yeah, some bullshit.
I mean, she's got a serious tooth gap, but she's not fat or black.
But she doesn't look like Faye. Like, you have an image in your mind of what Faye Valentine looks like, and it's not her.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, Faye Valentine's a hard image for like a real human to match. Who would you cast for Faye?
Okay, a younger Scarlett Johansson could have fit the role.
Is she tall and thin enough to be Faye? Was she? I don't know that Scarlett was ever that. She wasn't like long, tall.
Yeah. Well, now remember though, it also depends on your other actors, right? Like, what are the size of your other actors? Because dimensions wise.
But I mean, Faye was always like she was rail thin, but she was like really long.
She was long, but she wasn't that tall, if I recall, right? Because if Faye stood next to Spike and Jet, Faye was actually she's had long legs.
I mean, she's long dimensions. I don't necessarily mean that she's actually tall, but she's just got that long look.
Yeah.
80s chick look.
Yeah. I mean, Faye looked the part, and I just think that like when you're gonna cast that, someone should at least look the part. They don't have to be perfect. But when I look at somebody, I go, you don't look the part at all. Oh shit.
Jason McConnell, hey buddy, how you doing? He says Nick is everything Legal Eagle dreams of, cogent and has a black friend. Oh, come on, man. Could Lucy Liu have pulled it off? I don't think so.
I don't think so. What can we name like an Asian actress that could have pulled it off? Like
Asa Akira.
Huh?
I've pocketed that joke for a while.
Why did you have to go there?
I don't know. It just was necessary. Maybe for that reaction from you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe young Carrie Ann Moss.
I can see that.
Yeah, she might have been able to do it. She could rock the short hair pretty well.
Correct. Long body, right?
Yeah.
I always liked her. I saw her she's in Jessica Jones, right? Is that what I saw her?
She was in Jessica Jones.
Yeah. I've always liked Carrie Ann Moss.
Have you ever seen Minnie's First Time?
It's the name of a movie?
Yeah, it's a fun movie, I think. Got Nikki Reed from the OC. She was also in she was in the Twilight movies. She was one of the side vampires chicks.
She have red hair?
I think she did in the movie.
Okay, maybe.
But that's not her natural hair. Her natural hair color is brown.
I think my brother said something about that. He's like, I recognize her, and he ended up being in Twilight.
Emily Ratajkowski.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know this? She's in the Blurred Lines video.
I don't think I saw that video. Emily.
I think Emily Ratajkowski could actually pull it off. I mean,
wait, how come that popped up in my phone? I've never looked up this person in my life, and I typed in Emily.
Look, because
and it popped up.
No one's typing Emily into the internet unless they're looking for Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. But can she act?
I don't know.
Because you said
she's one of the better shaped women in, I guess, popularity right now. She's pregnant now? No.
I like her look.
I think she could pull off the Faye Valentine.
Pull it off. I'm digging her. So what is she in now? What is her?
You know that Robin Thicke song, Blurred Lines?
Yeah, he got in trouble over Marvin Gaye's family because he stole some shit.
Oh,
yeah.
He stole some samples.
Yeah.
She's in that video, and I think that was like her first thing. But she's been in ads and some like some acting roles and stuff too.
It just hit me. When she was younger,
Emily's nudes have leaked. She's nude in Blurred Lines.
Oh, she's an SJW feminist? It doesn't surprise me. So, Elliot Page, you pull up the road. That that ain't right.
Stacy Keibler. I recognize the name. I don't remember what she looks like.
Nick, I'm thinking, do you know who could have pulled off the role if she were younger? Megan Fox.
She could probably do it. Yeah, Megan Fox could have pulled it off.
Like, obviously, her acting skills are suspect.
Stacy Keibler's got a similar to Faye body shape. Yeah.
Oh, the side piece in Gone Girl. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Who's that?
Emily. Emily is the side piece in Gone Girl. I do.
Oh, I never watched Gone Girl.
That's must-see TV.
Okay, anyway. Back to it. Yashken says, hey, question for both. What do you think of Jehovah's Witnesses? I'll say this. Jehovah's Witnesses have done more for free speech than just about any other group in America, so I got to respect them for that. Other than that, they get on my nerves. But they don't actually come to my house. Like, I'm not being bothered by Jehovah's Witnesses on a daily basis. Nate Walking says to look up a Japanese lady named Julia Boyne. Julia Boin. And he says, thank me later. So there you go. You should do some research on that. Also, Drex, how many did you bang? How many Jehovah's Witnesses have you banged?
0.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
You would know, I think.
Yeah, because they tend to tell you things. Well, Nick, one of the things that you and I have talked about, and this is what's gotten a lot of guys caught up with Me Too in college, is the girls that say, like, oh, I'm this, so I'm not supposed to be doing this, or I shouldn't be doing this. And the guy's like, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this dick is here. And things happen, right? Because if a girl is a Jehovah's Witness, she'll let you know she's a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
If a girl's
a Jehovah's Witness will let you know that they're a Jehovah's Witness because that's what they do.
Yeah. Right? Like, so yeah, if you, a prime example, Mormon girls. We all know that the reputation of Mormon girls. For those of you who don't know, you need to know.
They will stay virgins for you.
Sure. Vaginally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, vaginal virgins.
I'm trying to put this tactfully.
Okay, so Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm going to say, Mormons are known to be vaginal virgins, right? But Nick, you would know pretty early on that a chick is Mormon She's gonna let you know I'm Mormon. I'm this. I'm that. Yeah, okay. They're all the same.
Yashkin says, request, could you separate your streams by week instead of by month? It makes it easier to browse for a specific one. Seeing Wall Street Panic is fun. One thing I'm doing on the new channel is I'm adding the date that the stream started on it as well. So, like if you look at on the new channel, if you look at the stream from last night, it's got last night's title and then it's got the date of the stream on there. So that's one way to do it. I'll see how to organize them over there. Silgy Johnson says, when I was a kid before school, I'd watch Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Wasn't a bad show, and I taped Tailspin and Transformers because that came on as I had to go to school, and that show where the kid turned into a car, can't remember its name, haha. Kid turned into a car. I don't remember that.
Somehow I think I do. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Damn.
Sing this. 3 typical average kids love to read their comic strips, wishing one day they could be big bad Beetleborgs. Then, stronger than before, go Zeo, powered up for more, go Zeo, Rangers at the core, Zeo Power Rangers. No, I'm not going to sing those songs.
You're terrible.
I hated hearing them.
But I did see something that made me smile.
Turbo Teen was the name of the show, apparently. That's what people are saying.
Oh, I was looking at right beneath that, Tailspin.
Yeah, what about
Baloo
Tailspin?
and Kick Cloud Kicker? Don't you miss the Disney afternoon, man?
A little bit. I mean, I watched mostly Transformers.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I watched. And I watched the Herculoids.
I remember that
The
one.
Herculoids were great. And I
remember
watched
Biker Mice from Mars.
SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats.
The Radical Squadron. Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Go, Gadget Copter.
Yeah. I just remember the hand, right? Remember the villain always had the claw, whatever his name was.
Claw was his
Claw,
name.
but yeah, and he sits there.
Or
and
no,
rubs
Claw
the-
was the organization, I think.
Yeah, what was the villain's name? Because Claw's the organization, but what was the actual lead villain's name? He would rub the cat.
Yeah.
Like Blofeld.
I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
What about Darkwing
Darkwing
Duck?
Duck was my shit though. Mega Duck.
Let's get
Aqua
dangerous.
Yeah, oh man, damn.
His Dr. Claw was the name. Dr.
Oh,
Claw.
Dr. Claw? Okay.
Yeah. There were some wicked villains. Dr. Claw. Gargamel was terrifying.
Gargamel was bad. He was not a.
He was going to eat the Smurfs.
Yeah.
And then you had, you ever see the My Little Ponies villain? Like from the 80s?
No, I didn't see the old
He
one.
looks like Satan from a medieval painting.
Oh, really?
He's
'Cause
horrifying.
When my daughter was growing up, I would watch My Little Pony. And I remember, I think Discord was the villain's name. And he ends up becoming like a pseudo good guy or whatever, the anti-hero.
Is that the new My Little Pony?
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So
The old one, it's like a winged hell beast with a chariot pulled by like these black dragons because he taints the ponies into being these horrific dragons.
no shit.
Dude, he's
Damn. Someone put Fraggle Rock. Yeah, man.
let's see.
New My Little Pony's right-wing furry fantasy. Is that what that's?
Yes.
Is it?
Dude, I think it's season 4. The first 2 episodes of My Little Pony in season 4 they literally go to a commie pony town and they have to give up their cutie marks because everyone's supposed to be equal and the same, and then they'll all be happy. And they're all like, but none of us are happy. And everybody's like huddling in back rooms talking because they can't say anything or else they have to go to the camp to get re-educated.
Oh.
It was a hilarious show. It was that like
That's great, man.
Those 2 episodes are great.
That's good shit.
The rest of it I didn't watch, but one of my kids used to watch My Little Pony a lot, and I remember when that season came out because he's like, "Hey,
to catch it?
can I watch this?" I'm like, "What is this? Why are these guys communists? Why are they making everybody communist? Oh, it doesn't work out. Okay, now you can watch it."
Yeah, right. You know what's wild is
the leader got to keep her cutie mark.
Of course.
It was perfect. They did it. They nailed it.
Well,
Street sharks.
Oh yeah, man.
They were swole.
I remember the Street Sharks. I'm trying to think of some of the other shows that I remember. Yeah, we all remember Chip and Dale. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone remembers the Disney.
Carmen
Afternoon.
Sandiego. Had to watch.
Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego? What else came out during like that era? There's just so many shows, man.
There were tons of them. Lady Raggets used to make me watch the Gummy Bears.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bearages. It makes them jump like kangaroos.
Extreme Dinosaurs. Oh, they had that the Exo Squad. Exo Squad was cool as hell.
Do you remember the show called Cops?
I didn't watch it.
COPS?
Someone mentioned it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I remember that one. Some dinosaurs, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Man, you know, it used to be some real shit going on. You know, Nick, you get to that point.
Reboot.
Do you remember when you and I saw, because at first we're like, I don't know about this show. And then we like missed whatever, like a season.
And then they come back and Megabyte had become Gigabyte. And he says, me am become Gigabyte. Like, what the hell is this?
Do you remember when we saw Enzo, though? Because he was an annoying kid, and we're like, God, this show's kind of lame.
Yeah, he's
and
like
Bob was the hero. And then we see Enzo later on, Nick.
He's got an eye patch, and he's buff.
He looked merciless.
He looked like Enzo had seen some shit.
Enzo had seen some real shit. And he shows up. So with Bucky O'Hare. He comes back, Nick. And remember, because Bob looked different. Remember, because at first Bob looked like normal-ish. And I think when Enzo finds him trapped in the Matrix,
yeah, he
had like all like technicolors and some weird shit. And
Enzo looked like Snake Plissken.
He did. He did, for real.
Gargoyles, yeah, that was good. Enzo been to the internet.
Oh, Nick, Pirates of Darkwater.
Darkwater, yes.
He had that damn broken sword for no reason.
Oh, God.
He had to fight the fat dude. Yeah, Enzo equals Cable from fucking X-Men, for real.
Ronin Warriors.
Oh, gee. We used to get pizza watching that shit. Like we would come home from school.
Of Wildfire.
Wildfire. Oh, my God. Damn.
There's some good shows. Thundercats, of course.
Thundercats.
My man Panthro. Lionel, I fixed the Thunder Tank. Good, Panthro. We have to go stop Mumra. Mumra. Never living.
Dude, that. Oh, my God, Nick. Do you remember Mighty Max?
Yes.
And what's his face? The bird is like, I'm a fowl. Virgil, that was his name. And he had like the protector, the big buff protector. God damn.
Zoids. I watched a little bit of Zoids, but I also like at the same time, Cartoon Network came out, and so they had the throwback cartoons too. Like I was watching Magilla Gorilla.
Norman was his name.
Let's see, Magilla Gorilla, and had that.
Fuck Captain Planet. That show sucked balls.
Yeah, I hated it.
Okay, a question. All right.
Yeah, Minka with the power of wind. I'm all with it.
For the $500 super chat. What did the Heart Guy's power do?
Are you asking me? It made him a simp. No, actually, it made other things into. It made animals into a simp, which is weird. That's weird. He could force love out of an animal.
What the fuck does that do?
Mati or whatever.
Do you remember his name?
Yeah, because it was Kwame with the power of earth, Wheeler with the power of fire.
I remember what Wheeler.
Minka with the power of wind. There's a Russian chick, right? I don't remember the water chick's name. From China.
I don't remember her, but I remember Wheeler.
And then there was Mati with the power of heart.
Wheeler was the only guy I liked because he had fire.
You liked Wheeler? He was kind of a...
He was lame, but like I liked his power.
Racist. Didn't like Kwame. Oh, my God. Yeah, Russian chick was a hottie. What was the Chinese chick's name? Literally, no one cares. No one cares. Mai and Water was awesome. Her name was Mai.
Yeah, Mai.
Someone said WAP.
Oh.
Stop. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Gargoyles was that deal back in the day, though.
Only because Goliath snaps that dude's neck in the first episode.
Dude, that show was savage, man. And then was it David Xanatos?
Who doing the voice?
No, that was the name of the sort of villain. He was a rich dude.
I don't
He was
remember.
always going after the gargoyles.
I just remember that Goliath's voice was for real.
He did. He had a great voice. He had a great yell too. He had a great yell. But Nick, all of it's over. Go look at shows now. What do you see? Garbage.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, Nick, how much alternative media do your kids consume now?
All of it.
Because do you know my daughter does not watch anything.
I tried to get him to watch Animaniacs because like they did a reboot of it, and so then Lady Rackets and I found the old Animaniacs, and we're like, oh, these were funny. We used to watch Tiny Toon Adventures. We used to watch Animaniacs all the time. The kids will like this. They couldn't get through an episode. They couldn't leave fast enough. They didn't care about that at all.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
My daughter doesn't watch stuff. She doesn't watch any of it. I'm just kind of wow, damn.
Jaggy says Drexel's problem is similar to what American anime companies faced in the 2000s. There are far more shows available now compared to the 90s when mostly the cream of the crop or schlockiest schlock was available. Yeah. He also said if Drexel wants more mature / edgier content, then he needs to stop watching all the mainstream stuff out now. The demos have changed over the years. Fist of the North Star used to be shonen in the same basically genre as DBZ. Nowadays, new Fist of the North Star material is seinen for men as opposed to for young boys. Okay. Ghetto Gag Jr. says if you want savagery, check out Lupin III, the blood spray of Goemon Ishikawa. It came out fairly recently. It's brutal and is exactly what you're looking for in regards to the old school feel. It also doesn't have the goofy art style. Okay. Porsky says, according to Anthony Denier, the CEO of Webull, they halted the 3 stocks because the clearing firm wouldn't be able to honor the sales in such a volatile market. Supposedly it had nothing to do with these trading apps, but rather the clearing firms. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a problem. The app is having to deliver from something else. Bassmaster says, Drex, I'm not sure if you've ever answered this, but why is it that women latch on to leftist groups or ideologies, end up aging horribly, or get the crazy eyes and looking like they're staring at the Ark of the Covenant?
That's facts. Before I answer that, I saw somebody, I think it was Mr. Ortiz, mentioned Johnny Bravo was the biggest simp of the decade. That dude was a super simp.
Still liked that show.
I still like the show, but like,
do the manga with me. Powerpuff Girls, though. I watched that.
Excellent.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, God. Dexter's Lab was great. That was great.
Omelette du fromage?
Oh, my God. That
Omelette
show.
du fromage. Omelette du fromage.
Rocco's Modern Life. So to answer the dude's question, leftism for women, Nick, ages them because what leftism preaches is basically it's a hate ideology.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hate men. All right. You hate your biology as a woman. Okay. You hate the patriarchy. Like, Nick, what don't you hate? Right? Like, all they talk about is hate. So Nick, when you do hate, when you have an ideology built on hate, Nick, have you ever noticed what leftist chicks? Tell me what leftist chicks are known to do, like to their body. Abortions, tons of tattoos, tons of piercings, tons of sex, right?
Yeah.
All this body positive. So body positivity. I'm not accountable for anything. I can be as fat as I want to be, get ran through as much as I want. And all of a sudden, you hit the wall at like 26. And it's like, holy shit, you look horrible.
Yeah.
And then they're like.
You know, they used to call that sluts.
Yeah. But now you can't slut shame, remember?
Right.
So
it's weird, though, because like that has become, they've incorporated it into ideology.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it was just like, well, this chick likes sex a lot, so she had it a lot, and then she reaped the consequences later.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's like, as an ideology, we must encourage the desire for this, and go do this, and go do this, and go do this. And then when the consequences come, it's like, well, and then you're immune to those consequences socially, but not really. Like, you still feel them, but you're not allowed to be held accountable. So, like, you're not allowed to say, oh, she looks terrible. No, she's still beautiful, but she's not.
But she's not, though.
She looks like she lived 86 years in 22.
Speaking of which, I got sent a picture today from a female. But
Nathan B, I will say it again while Drexel's looking this up.
Here it is.
There
Right.
is no thinking about an update on Vic. They have from September 22nd.
You know who that is?
Is that Courtney Cox?
No, that's Demi Moore.
Oh,
Do you see the plastic surgery?
yeah.
You see how horrible she looks?
Yeah.
Nick, I'm gonna tell these broads right now. Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop.
Yeah. So finishing that thought. From September 22nd, the Court of Appeals has, at a minimum, if they want, they can go longer. They have 9 months under their rules. So, as for Vic, there is no expectation. There is no knowledge of when it'll happen. They tend to release on a Thursday. That's their rule too. They don't have to follow these rules. It's the beauty of being the court and setting your rules is their guidelines. The court tends to release on a Thursday, and they have as much as 9 months or more if they choose it. Plus, there's also COVID, so it could be a long time, and we won't hear anything until they release the opinion. So lots of people ask. I know people are getting antsy about it. There's just no indicators, and you can't read anything into how long they take or don't take. There's any number of factors that go into why it takes them so long to draft their opinions. But that's that. Okay. Blaine20 says, I heard a rumor once that Magic School Bus kids go to Captain Planet kids, go to Power Rangers. Speaking of Broderick, did you ever see / like Lady Hawk? I feel like I saw Lady Hawk, but I don't remember it, so I couldn't tell you. So Magic School Bus kids go to Captain Planet kids and go to Power Rangers. Damn. Nix Hex says, in Dawson's Creek, Jen seduces a 30-year-old man who almost grapes her. Grandma walks in, kicks him out, then tells her to reevaluate her life. Couldn't get away with that today because sleut shaming and victim blame.
True.
Yeah.
And Nick, okay, here's the thing. Shame, right? The topic of shame. The only thing that women really respond to, Nick, is the social world. Men respond to the physical world. Like, that's why when men fuck up, Nick, it's like this. How do you punish boys and men if you want them to really learn their lesson? You know what you do, Nick? You give direct, harsh physical punishment, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you grew up in Texas, Nick, why did kids get their asses beat? The boys especially. They stepped out of line. They're like, you're going to be held accountable. Damn, that hurt.
Yeah.
Corrective action, right? With girls, Nick, they respond to the social world. So for a girl, being a slut was a big deal because you were ostracized, right? Now, Nick, it's like this. No slut shaming. She's strong and independent. And Nick, I'll tell you something that I've seen in my own life. The girls that walked around with that whole, my career, I don't need no man, fuck marriage, fuck whatever. I was saying this, Nick, and they said they didn't want kids. Here's the thing. I'm not saying women need to have marriage and kids. I'm saying the overwhelming majority of them crave that, right?
Right.
What I noticed, Nick, was the same women who said that when they were 25, right? All of a sudden they're 35. They were still saying it. As long as they were getting quality D, they were okay saying that, Nick, and I shit you not. It's like they hit this magical thing, right? Because there's multiple walls for women, right? There's like the first wall, which is like, damn, she's about to hit 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fertility wall. There's a certain wall that she hits, Nick. I think it's around, I'm going to guess about, let's say 44. That's the wall that hits, Nick, where they go like this. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And you can see on and so the same girls, Nick, that were okay with getting ran through, suddenly they don't want to do that anymore. No, I want a relationship. Well, hold on. You said you didn't want a man tying you down. He can't tell you what to do. What changed?
Yeah.
Nick, it gets real for them. It gets real, and it's unfortunate, but like, I mean, Nick, you can't tell them nothing. Nick, do you think you could go out there right now, leave your own cozy place out here in the country, and go into the cities and the suburbs and tell girls, keep their legs closed? Do you believe they're going to listen?
I'm very persuasive. Keep them closed, motherfucker.
Yep. Because, Nick, anything short of that, you can't.
Give me your ID. Now I know where you are.
Now I know where you live. You can't tell them nothing. So my thing is, right? Like,
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, it's It's tough. Although
You need that shaming though.
one
You
guy
need
did
that.
disagree with you on the tattoos. Says he's from the metal community and tattoos are beautiful, and they don't do anything to age people, is what he said.
Oh, here's my thing with that. There's cultural differences, even in this case.
I was actually talking about that with Lady Rackets the other day, because, like, not to borrow from the left, because even though what I'm going to say sounds like something from a left talking point, it's just a true thing. Now, I don't think there's anything malicious or nefarious about it, but really, like, the idea of tattoo shaming is a very Western and typically white thing.
I believe so.
Like, because when you get to, other cultures, like, tattoos have been a part of their history for a long time, but in white cultures, it really hasn't.
True.
And
I
so
agree.
I don't think that provides a value statement either way. I just think it's interesting that...
No. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about that, though, Nick. And this is not talking about Lady Rackets, because Lady Rackets got her, and I always make this distinction on your show.
Right.
Lady Rackets tattoos came after you guys were married.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I will say, though, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to pretend you were a single, unmarried man out there.
No, I get what you're saying.
When you see girls with lots of tattoos, what does that mean? She's fucking damaged.
Right. What the distinction is you're not saying that the tattoo does anything in particular, but the tattoo is an indicator of a particular way of thinking.
If you are a guy out there, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of you guys out there who are out in the field, you guys know this. You see chicks who got lots of, like, and this is why they asked earlier, right? Tattoos and piercings.
Right.
Nick, it is a fucking, like, nuclear sign. This bitch is toxic. Nick, and here's the thing. It's where the tattoos are, too, right?
Yep.
You see a girl with a face tattoo, fucking, she's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You see a girl, look.
Sphincter tattoo?
The finger tattoo. That shit's stupid.
Sphincter tattoo.
Oh,
not finger tattoo. Like a little winking eye or something? What does that indicate?
Use a hoe. Because you like your ass getting pounded on film. Right?
I mean, I would guess. I don't know. That's the only person you'd really know who has one.
Someone put the tramp stamp. Nick, it's not a good look. I tell women this. I said, look, you think this shit looks cute? Nick, do you know how these girls look when they get in their 40s? I can tell you, not fucking good. When you show up with a bunch of tattoos in your 40s, like I said, it's different if a woman is already married.
Sure.
This is where I think people just get me confused. I'm like, look, dude, no different than last night, right? When I was talking about
again, the distinction is it's not about the tattoo
not at all.
Or anything like that. It's about
what it represents.
Yeah, it's about...
It's no different than a guy can walk around right now, sag his pants, cock his hat to the side, hop in a low rider and shit. And now you could say, now, Nick, he could be doing that just to pose, right?
Right.
But more than likely, he smells like weed smoke. You're thinking like, oh, he's one of those guys. You know, Dave Chappelle had that famous skit, right? When he talks about the horror uniform, right? He goes, so he goes, women can't get mad at men when they treat them like a hoe. And they're like, oh, I'm not one of those kind of girls. Like, but you're wearing the whole uniform, right? You're wearing the super short skirt. You got the makeup like a hoe. Like, everything about you looks like a hoe. I'm going to assume you're a hoe. If someone, and that's why he said, he goes, what if you went up and you like this, help, officer, I was shot at, and he goes like this, look, oh, I'm not an officer. I'm just wearing the uniform. That was the whole, the joke, right? The punchline.
Yeah.
Because that's how insane it would look. Like if you went to a dude who was he has the gun, he has the badge, and he's like, no, I'm cosplaying as a cop. You'd be like, fuck, like that doesn't really make sense, right?
Right.
Who cosplays as a hoe other than a hoe?
Sure.
These women, look, like I said, there's always going to be a percentage of women who have tattoos that are well-adjusted women, right?
Well, it's like when you don't have full sleeve tattoos and go into an interview.
Yep.
And if you do, okay, you've got it. It doesn't reflect on your ability to do the job. However, you have to know going into the interview that this is a hurdle you will have to overcome during the course of this interview. Like you're going to have to convince them that your sleeve tattoos are not indicative of who you are. Doesn't make the sleeve tattoo inherently bad, but
Yep.
it's just where we are. It's an indicator. And like it or not, people judge by look.
But
First thing.
everyone does.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't even stop it. Like, your prejudgment happens, and they've done studies on this. It happens within, I think, 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you've developed an opinion on someone subconsciously, and you're not,
Well, prime
not
example.
easily able to overcome it.
Something that happened in my own life. I had a girl who told me she did all this like research about all the different proteins and enzymes and blah 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 blah, right? And Nick, she got mad at me for the protein I got, right? I ended up getting some protein that she said don't get.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why the hell did you do that?" Hey Nick, without even knowing anything about the story, why did I listen to the guy in GNC over her?
Because the guy is huge and she's little.
But she was actually chubby.
Oh,
So you see the problem?
even worse.
So if a chubby chick tells me, don't get this, don't get that, because these enzymes are blah, 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 and these amino acids, and then the dude in GNC goes like this, yeah, bro, I mean, I'm about to be competing next month, and this is what I use. Nick,
Right.
okay, you're massive, and I'm using this protein powder. Like I said, this was 15 years ago. I was like, oh, yeah, that was the first time I ever had a protein powder. I said, yo, I like to get more protein in my diet. Because there's only so much chicken you can eat. I said, yeah, cool. And when he was like, yo, use this is what I use. Nick, that's all a person has to do is like this. Yeah, man, this is how it breaks down. This is what I use.
Mm-hmm.
Because we talked about the former health minister of Belgium, right?
Stop. I don't want you to besmirch the good name of Belgium's health minister. Her name is several syllables long. Probably more syllables than I can count. And she's beautiful. And she clearly knows how to be healthy.
Oh my God, so we might need to bring that broad up on the stream.
We can't.
With
With your broken wrist and my noodle arms, there's no way we can bring that broad up on stream.
Dude,
I don't have a forklift.
She's so massive. And so Nick, anything she tells you, you won't take seriously, right? Even if she knows what she's, even if she goes like this, no, look, you need to eat this kind of food. You'd be like, I mean, this goes like this.
If she advocated a balanced diet, I would just buy infinite Snickers bars and just start chomping them.
Of course.
I'd sit on the couch and watch daytime TV all day, just eating Snickers bars, going, this is clearly how I get healthy. It's the only way. Because I know it's not having a balanced diet and salad with
Absolutely not.
moderate exercise every day. Not a chance.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Belgian health minister to waffles. Yes. Oh, there it is. Maggie Celine Louise de Block.
I was joking about all the syllables.
Yeah, her name is Richter Scale. Yeah, but Nick. Oh, and that was something I did want to address from what I said last night. For anyone who watched about leaving, and we were talking about like the motivations people have. I said this after the stream to some guys that had watched the show, and I said, the settlers, Nick, left, right? They didn't go down with the ship; they left. I just wanted to make sure that people understood where I was coming from, which is, you need to know what battles are worth fighting, and that's why I said, I go look at your settlers. What happened, Nick? When Europe got too bad, they went like this. It's time to bounce, fam. They bounced. And Nick, you see that same thing with, I would say, Nick, even like in communities, right? Anime communities, Star Wars communities. Where do you think all the fan stuff came from? Do you notice that? You're seeing more fan-made shit now than you ever saw before, right?
Right.
Part of it is because it's so easy to make, right? But what really motivates these people? The fact that the mainstream shit is shit, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars mainstream, you're like, this is garbage. So indie games have started sprouting up, right? Good ones, quality ones. Nick, your son, I was talking to Soder about this. Your son is playing Celeste like it's the last game on Earth.
He won't stop.
He won't. He's literally an addict.
Yep.
He's a completionist too. And I was talking to Soder about this. And I said, Nick, my score for Celeste was a 9 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Hell, but remember, I just played the main game. As the main game with all the extra shit, maybe it is a 10 out of 10.
The extra stuff is,
It's so,
I'm watching him sit there just defeated all day. But when he beats a room or a level,
joy.
And it's like, and I'm like, man, you're trying way too hard.
Do you know his death count is over $6,000?
Yeah.
He showed me. He's like, Rick, this part is really hard. And he's sitting there just, endless deaths.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there laughing because I'm like, I looked at it and I said, this is what I love about Celeste. Celeste proves what I told Soda today. One issue I've always had against PC gamers is that they always talk about it's the first thing. If you ask a gamer, period, doesn't matter what side they are, what makes a great game, they're gonna say gameplay. Like, just what is the gameplay, right? But the moment you debate console to PC,
I've already
graphics.
You know why they debate that?
Why is that?
Simple answer. Because the console gameplay is also shit.
Here we go.
It is.
It's superior in every way.
It is not.
Unless you're playing a first-person shooter.
They're all bad.
Would you rather play Celeste with a controller or a mouse and keyboard?
You can plug a keyboard into a computer. I'm not talking about Celeste. I'm talking about games where you'd argue graphics.
No. Therein lies my thing. A great game is a great game, right? Celeste is a great game, but how does it look? It looks like pixelated.
But I'm pretty sure Celeste came out on PC before it came out on any console.
Maybe. I don't know what it came out on first. Maybe. It's an indie game, so it's like. But Nick, my point is
So it
this.
almost guaranteed came out on Celeste video
Nick,
game.
Nick, here's my issue. At the end of the day, the graphics don't. Is your game great, right? And Nick, we were talking about when you see somebody and you make a judgment call, right? I think that same thing happens with people. There are people who don't give people a chance because they took one look at them and like, no.
Okay, so the development, let's see. They created the original Pico 8 Celeste in 4 days during a game jam. And then, let's see. It released on consoles and PC all at the same time. So there you go. Drexel, here's the understatement of the year. The game is recognized as appearing to have several difficult platform game elements. You don't say. You don't say. Bad Vibes says, tattoos, in my opinion, should have meaning, in my opinion. Never put anyone else's name on your body, and a tattoo should be for you. Don't do it because it is taboo. Get a tattoo you like. Choose carefully. And Intimidator 0108 says, here are some old shows. Voltron, Bravestar, Silverhawks, Power Team, show where video game characters got brought into the world, including a talking Bigfoot monster truck. MC Hammer, and if Drex wants brutal, Black Lagoon. So there you go. Where was I? Crusader Saracen says, the kid from Captain Planet who got the power of heart got screwed over harder than Wall Street is screwing middle America. Power of fire, power of earth. I got the power of heart. Darth Vader says, yo, I've been paying the child support to Padme, but that bitch be crazy. She keyed my TIE fighter and she's lying, saying them kids are mine, when we all know that Obi-Wan was tapping it behind my back and even Yoda rode that train. Teabagged her, I did. Belgian health minister says, bring me Solo and the Wookiee.
Oh.
Oh, no. Superstitious Oblivious B says, please say in Mr. Y voice, woke is good. Red Guy says, Jackie Gleason is very disappointed in you, Robin Hood, to the mother effing moon. Curtis Mayfield says, will you be having Montagraph and Mad Black Atheist on for the 24-hour stream? I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think so.
I'm not gonna lie, Nick. I'm still disappointed in what happened there.
I am too, but at the same time, like, I don't need that around.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't need that insanity in my life. But yeah. But I am sad because we had good shows.
That was. I still think that was like our. Like we went for what was it?
6 hours. 6 hours.
Because I remember he literally said it's like morning time where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
He was an hour ahead of us. I remember we were like, damn. And it just kept going and going and going and going. And then he kind of like flipped on you. And I was kind of like, where did that come from? That was out of left field. So.
The Zan Man says, sorry if this is the millionth time being asked, but looking to get into reading Warhammer, don't know where to start, chronologically or otherwise. Have listened to tons of Lutein, but Tales of the Old World, or Look, my starting points, I have a couple, but the ones I like the best are either start with the Horus Heresy, Horus Rising, which is a series of like 50 books. You don't have to read all of them in a row. You should read them in order, but you don't have to stay in the Horus Heresy. It's just a good jump-in point. The other one is where I started, which was with Xenos, the first book of the Eisenhorn trilogy. It's great. The Ultramarines Omnibus is a good place as well. Those look like looks like it's drawn on.
It's drawn on, but Nick, what are you doing?
Trying to attract women.
Trash. Yeah. I love being trash, Biden Harris. Like,
Padre Speaks says, please tell me y'all have both seen the end of Trading Places. Yes.
Yep.
Malachi Gaming and Talk says, was up 80% for the week on stocks, and then they crashed the market by freezing AMC to sell only. Doge coming saved my bacon. D. Grubbs, thank you for the donation. Tara Sophia says, Drex on your futas, ceiling or no ceiling?
Wait, say it again?
They're making fun of the fact that I have an unfinished ceiling in a vault.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason to finish the ceiling.
No. What are you going to finish it for? Like, to do what?
Entertain guests?
When's the last time you looked up?
I don't.
Like,
I've never looked up in my life. I only look down on everybody. Gerard Garvin says, thanks for explanations of the stock stuff not being snarky. Oh, hey, you're welcome. Nothing Raven says, watch Party Evil Dead 2 yet? Yes, we did. Gone at the end of the month. What?
That's lame.
Blue Satoshi says, Power Rangers, Super Sentai, VR Troopers, and Big Bad Beetleborgs, both Metal Heroes, were all based on tokusatsu shows from Toei. Alman John 1 says, if y'all were forcibly sent 40 years back in time with no return, what would y'all do to improve society for the future? P.S. Individual answers, please. You get sent back 40 years. What do you do to improve
we're back
society?
in 1981.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's us now, not as.
Yeah. We would use us as now, and then we'd be back then. I would just preach to them.
What would you do? I think that'd be an interesting time.
The 80s wouldn't be too bad for me. If you said the 60s, anything before the 80s is. Wait, who was that? Who was the comedian who made fun of that? It was Louis C.K. Yeah. When he said, like, he goes, at any time you can, be a white man and like show up and they roll a red carpet. Like, oh man, this is great. He's like a black. He's like, hey man, we got this time machine. Fuck that.
Yeah.
He's like, a black dude ain't going no time before 1980.
Yeah.
And he's right. Like that, dude. That shit was hilarious. I'm thinking to myself, people used to talk about time machines. Like, yeah, well, that should be cool. Look, nigga, this is used to be my face. Look, it's all right.
And the thing is, what are you gonna try and do? Go create a media company? I mean, if you get to know what you know now, I guess go start mass media before it starts, before it takes off. Take the direction that Twitter and Facebook take it earlier, and then be the guy on top.
I know what you do.
That's what I'd say.
I would go a different route.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the year 1994.
94?
A movie came out.
You're gonna go back to 81, and then you're gonna wait until 1994.
A movie came out in 1994 that perfectly describes what you're supposed to do. Stocks. Remember Time Cop? He went like this. Remember? He pulled up the newspaper for 2021, right?
Yeah.
Then he pulled up the newspaper, and he was like this. And he was like, what the hell are you doing? What, are you crazy? I got a feeling things are going to turn around. Because, Nick, if you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but that's for your own personal, like, if your goal, though, is to save society.
But if because remember, you're going to need money no matter what you want to do for society, right?
Right.
Because start a media company. You need money, like mass amounts of money.
Well, you go and you find some little weaselly programmer, and you say, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nobody will do that. Trust me. Trust me. They will.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I mean, are you saying you would go more to, like, I think you're going more toward media I would lean more toward like the social dynamic because like
I'm talking about creating social media.
yeah, I know what you're saying because like remember the technology would have to catch up, right? Because even if you created the technology, it would still like you remember what shit was like in 1980s. It was like
Oh yeah, no, I know. Like my dad, it sometimes would telecommute work in the 80s. I remember how like terrible that could be.
awful.
But yeah, no, you got that's part of getting it started. Is getting it started as fast as possible, getting ahead of all of the game on the social media stuff. You'd know where to go.
Correct.
Like I'm gonna go find this AOL thing and work there, and then use those contacts to start building the social network up.
Yep.
Invest in Amazon right away.
Right away.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff. But mine would be entirely geared towards becoming Zuckerberg and Jack and Bezos or whatever, and then using that influence to not be them.
Correct.
I mean, that's the main
because
trick.
that's why I said with stocks, like because like, my end goal is basically the same as yours. It's always about a platform, right?
Right.
So yeah, I'm basically kind of thinking the same thing that you are. Someone put Bill Gates would just steal what you make. Start MasterCard before MasterCard.
I'd break up Bill and Melinda Gates. That'd be the job. You'd have to go cuck Bill Gates. Hey, Melinda.
Oh
catch
shit!
this.
You know what's wild? Melinda did not initially. She was not initially into Bill Gates, obviously, because no one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have slid into Melinda. Hold on, let's see how she looked.
While you do that, Skeet Neat says Drex looks like Bullet from Redo of the Healer. Oh no. Amateur Ant says I like the 1998 Godzilla when all the babies danced around the ice rink. Oh wait, that was Robot Chicken. Never mind. Bad Vibe says okay, you can only watch one: Airplane, Blues Brothers, or Young Frankenstein. I pick Airplane.
Wait, say again?
You can only watch one of these movies: Airplane, Blues Brothers, or Young Frankenstein.
Blues Brothers.
Okay, there you go. Dragon Fist 900 says, hey guys, I'm about a year out from graduating with a BA in Biblical Studies. Trying to serve our good Lord and spread positivity. God bless you both. Hey, thanks, man. Good luck. Hope you get graduated and stay on mission.
I want him to make sure that he finds and keeps employment because I don't know you've been here, Nick, but like it's getting rougher out there by the day, man. With people getting employment, so like I want people out there making money, having a real career, not just some bullshit job. So good luck to him.
Captain Battleship says, I'm curious if you or Drex have seen the following movies: Nudist Colony of the Dead, Abraxas, Caligula, Mazes and Monsters, The Dungeon Master. You should check to see if they're on Amazon. I don't think any of them are. I've heard of several of these movies. I've never watched any of them. I know Caligula was like basically almost banned. But Ulash1 says DBZ Kai and Super exists because the live action movie pissed the creator off so much he had to come out of retirement and show him how it's done. But I hated Kai. I didn't think that he did a very good job with that. I like Super okay. Solid Redfield says, Nick, have you watched A Certain Magical Index or A Certain Scientific Railgun series? It's like the anime equivalent of the Marvel comic universe, except it doesn't suck. No, I haven't. Noir777 says Gene Starwind is better than Vash. Daniel Carmago says, hey, Nick, why are you SJW towards Gab? I'm not SJW towards Gab. I just think Andrew Torba's an idiot. That's it.
I don't know who that is.
Gab's a Twitter alternative, and I think their CEO's a dummy.
I've heard of it. I've heard of Gab. I didn't know whoever that name was. That must be the CEO.
Yeah, Andrew Torba's the CEO.
Okay.
The other problem I have with Gab is that, like, maybe it's different now. I haven't used it in a long time, but when I was on Gab, the interface on it just sucked. It just didn't work well. But yeah, I don't really care for Andrew Torba. The Purple Dragon says Ghislaine Maxwell court document reading when 1,000 declassified pages of sick stuff. That's a lot of reading. That'd be a 24-hour stream. Intimidator0108 says, hey, Nick, don't forget the Hot Springs episode on Outlaw Star that never aired on Toonami or the Cartoon Network back in the early 2000s. Well, I would have to forget it because I don't think I've seen it. Skeetneat says, there's an arc in Berserk where the whole story halted and they entered a boat to cross the ocean. 8 years, 6 months, and 18 days is the arc's length.
Damn.
It's a long, long arc. Elson Wong says, Nick and Drex love you guys. Always a blast seeing you two together. Gotta head out for a casino shift. If you ever come to Perth, Western Australia, I'll treat you to some awesome dim sum downtown. Speaking my language. Dim some good dumplings.
Hey, look, man. Have you ever been to Australia? I
No.
haven't been yet.
No, I want to go, but Lady Raggets hates long plane rides.
I
And that's
know.
a fucking long plane ride.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. We could hit LA, stay in LA for a day. Sleep, wake up the next day and go, okay.
Stay in LA for like a week.
Cuz that plane ride, LA to Sydney, is no joke.
I would rather go to LA, stay for a day. Go to Hawaii, stay for like 4 days. Then go to Sydney.
It's no joke. I mean,
where's Perth? Is that even close to
that's
Sydney?
Heath Ledger's hometown. I don't know how close it is to Sydney, but
Australia is basically just a small cul-de-sac, from what I understand.
you're horrible.
I would like to go.
I know some people who have been. My cousin went there for, of all things, Nick. He went for his graduation trip in high school.
Whoa, okay.
And he got turned out. He said, damn.
My parents went to Sydney,
What do you think?
and they liked it, I think.
I remember it being expensive, if I recall.
I don't know anything. I mean, I would like to go. Opposite sides of the country. Oh, so it's like, like an hour car ride. That's right. I've seen Australia on a map. It's small. What are you guys talking about? No, I would love to go to Perth sometime.
Huh.
I'd love to make it to Australia in general.
Seattle to Japan. Fuck that plane ride, bro. Poor Peter.
That's the thing. I want to go to Japan too.
Fuck.
But I don't want to sit on a
Dude.
plane.
Nick, even when I went to Colombia, right? I get a business class seat. But it was an older plane, so I didn't get like the full bed. It was like the pod, you like get to lean back. So you could get good enough rest, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to Australia or Japan, Nick, you need the full bed. You need to be able to lie down and actually sleep. And Nick, every time I woke up, I did this. Fuck. We're still not there?
Yeah.
Every time you wake up, you're not there. It's like, damn.
Is Australia even real?
I mean, we got images from satellite. That's all I can say.
Those are doctored.
Of course.
The Earth is flat.
It is.
So it'd be on the bottom
It is.
of the disc. So it can't be real. Can't even exist. If it is, how could you even get there?
Dude.
What, do you drill through the ground and come up on the other side? That's
Do you know
dumb.
that Australia's the one place that's far from everything? Like, I mean, because Nick, you could be
like that line in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? When he's at the grocery store, he's like, that'll be a couple of weeks. He's like, what? Must be some geographical oddity. 2 weeks from everywhere.
Well, I mean, think about it, Nick. Okay, you live in Japan. You're still close to all. Think about it. If you just happen to be on that side of the world, you're like, oh yeah, I'm close to everything. Name something you go like this. Yeah, you're close to Australia. Nothing. No one's close to Australia. Damn.
Angry Baneling says, my best friend's in Straya. He came to visit me in 2015. It's real. Oh, yeah. Coming from India. India's a fake place, too. You know what? You know how I know
Pakistan.
India? You know how I know India isn't real?
How's that?
Because you know the meme, right? From India. Show Bob's and Vagine.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like an Indian dude on the internet finds literally any woman and he's like, show Bob's and Vagine.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that little.
This is how I know India isn't real. Because that's really funny, the show Bob's and Vagine meme. But it's even funnier when you encounter an Indian dude in the wild on Facebook and he actually does it.
Yeah.
and Drexel, your odds of encountering an Indian guy who actually does it are the exact same as your odds of encountering an Indian guy at all. Because if that happens, it's going to happen.
Dude.
India is fake. It can't be that funny. It was created by 4chan. Not even real.
4chan.
So
They do simp hard, man.
So
they simp hard in India.
So I do not.
Here's the thing.
I can't believe that Australia is real because I know India isn't.
Well, my question to Indian dudes, like, is the thirst that real? Like, I want to know this. Like, there's a YouTuber that gets berated by lots of other dudes, right? Named Yogi Obes, and Nick. This dude he's something else. And I'm just like, is there any guy in India that's not thirsty? Like, just one. Like one dude from India who's just like, yeah, I mean, yeah. What is the Indian Chad, right? Who is Indian Tyrone?
I know who it is. He's the guy. He's in. I'll pull him up. I know I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, that part is true. I do know from Indian women, multiple Indian women, they hate Indian men. I do know that.
Let's see. The guy's name is. Oh God, I don't remember. Not this guy. This guy. Here. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he looks like Indian Chad.
That dude is Indian Chad.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. Yep. I'll give it to him.
I'll find a way to pull it up on screen. Just a second, guys. Let's see. Oh wait, I gotta get the chat window up so it keeps updating here. Let me.
Oh, the population is 4 males to 1 female. Damn. I've seen some attractive Indian chicks though. I can't lie to you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, but still, I mean, don't be that thirsty. I mean, you guys got other countries over there.
There you go. This guy is Indian Chad.
Yeah,
this
that dude.
This
I didn't
dude
see the
is
guitar.
for real.
Yeah, that's Indian Chad for real.
Except that he's fake. He doesn't exist because India doesn't exist. See, Baneling even knows his name. They love this fucker here. Exactly. That guy's great.
Well, look at him. I mean, Nick, I'd pass out at his concert. I go like this. Oh.
That guy's hilarious. His movies are always terrific. He's an action star.
Is he?
Yeah. He did that robot movie. It's called Intharan. It's the wildest movie you can ever see.
I have no clue who this guy is.
I've never showed you Intharan.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's pronounced a different way, but I'm gonna have to show you clips of this. You won't believe this movie exists.
He's like the Indian Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this dude.
Here, let me get. We'll do this.
The Indian Tom Cruise.
I'll get a copyright thing, but that's okay. I'll fight it.
I feel sorry for Indian men, though. I gotta be honest with you, because, damn, I mean, to be like that. I mean, it's not that much different from being a black dude, because I mean, black chicks hate black men, and have been running to the media for 60 years saying black men ain't shit. But black dudes have options on the sexual marketplace, but Indian dudes, man, they got it rough. I'll give them that, definitely.
This movie is so wild.
A police peer fight? Dude, my neck is so jacked, Nick. I gotta get to a chiropractor, man, for real. Have you had like your neck just like won't crack? It won't it's like in this weird, like it needs to get ironed out.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. Let me put this up. I got to get the audio in the right place. Got to make everything work. Hopefully, this isn't too much of a disaster here. Okay. We got that. And one more thing. Sorry, guys. This was not set up to share a screen at all. All right, are you ready for this? You see this okay? Here we go. This is my dude. I can't believe you haven't seen this movie. Hold on. It keeps going. This is a serious movie. This isn't a joke movie.
Wait, what?
This is a serious movie in India. Hold on. This is what Terminator should have been.
May I come in?
But see, that chick is gorgeous.
Perfect.
This whole movie is like this for like 2.5 hours. Because when I said it's a serious movie, this is not like a short 90-minute thing.
Wait, what?
We've only been watching for like 2 minutes, and the amount of carnage that has happened is phenomenal. This is just the last fight, too. The fight scenes throughout the movie are insane. We demagnetized him.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Move.
Deworming. Anyway. Yeah. So, that's Interent. That's one part of it. 2.5 hours of that. Of insanity. Of Indian Super Chad. That guy wins. I own this movie on DVD somewhere.
You're unbelievable.
Oh, it's great. And of course, it's Bollywood, so it does have dance numbers in it, too.
At random times.
At random times. It's amazing. Tell Drex the chick's name is Aishwarya
I'm pregnant
Ray.
now.
If he wants to Google her, she was super hot in the early 2000s.
I bet. You know that I do have problems with places with darker skinned women.
Here we go. White supremacist Drex comes out.
Here's my beef. Honestly, here's my beef. So Nick, anywhere you have women who have a darker hue, you have these melanated women, right?
Uh-huh.
These broads always have this issue with altering their skin tone.
Okay.
The bleaching clinics, and Indian women are known to do this too. Not cool with that. Not cool with it. If you're brown skin, you're brown skin. You know, I told you I got with that.
Stay
Indian
dark queens.
What's that?
Stay dark queens.
Yeah, stay dark. Like whatever you look like, look like that. And it's the same issue I have with South Koreans. All that plastic surgery shit. I do not want some broad out here with a fake face. Because when you end up like that Asian businessman who ended up knocking that chick up, and the baby came out looking ugly as fuck, and he was like, this kid doesn't look like me, doesn't look like her. And he took the broad to court, right? Because he found out that this chick had so many surgeries that she looked like a whole different person. I'm not cool with that.
Okay.
They do a fake tan, but it's not the same. It's not the same extent. Oh yeah, Angry Manly. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Angry Manly. You know, I'm glad people like this, who are actually in that culture, in that country, know. Nick,
Don't treat the AI as if it's a person.
the AI, because Nick, I've been places. I've been around this whole issue enough to know when you're around brown-skinned women. That's the key. The women, they have this obsession with getting light. Beyonce, Rihanna, any black chick you've ever been around. That's why they have blonde wigs and shit. I'm like, so you're trying to be someone you're not. Like, that doesn't fly well with me. I'm not cool with that. Now, if you're a brown skin,
So if Beyonce was darker, you'd date her?
I still would.
You still wouldn't?
No, I already know it's gonna be the attitude.
Then why should they listen to you?
No, it's not for me. It's for other dudes.
I'm kidding.
I know what you're saying.
But
Nick,
I'm just giving you shit.
But Nick, that's a problem. Like, okay, like
Yeah.
if your daughters came up to you being like trying to darken themselves, you'd be like, what the fuck? Because
White chicks tan all the time.
tanning is not the same as going to a goddamn bleaching clinic. and I'm saying it's these women. They're sick. They're sick women, and like Indian women. Like I saw that woman. Like I highly doubt that's her normal skin tone. I'm just saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, Angry Manly.
I don't know what her normal skin tone is. No one important says no American man wants to be Shinji or Tenchi of anime besides getting the women. We want to be the Solid Snakes, JoJo's, and Kenshiro's of the world. Devil Arms. That is a weird thing with like the harem anime. It's like the male protagonist is always like so awkward and unwanting to be around
You
women.
see that?
What?
Angry Manly.
Many of our face wash ads are basically showing a woman with blackface and wiping off the dark skin tone with the face wash. It's super. Did you ever see the Chinese
I did.
laundry commercial?
She gets rid of was a black dude?
Puts a black guy in the washing machine, comes out a white guy.
Was he white
or
or
Chinese
Asian?
guy?
Yeah, I
whatever.
think it was Asian. Yeah, I just remember thinking, well, you know, it is
That
what
was.
it is.
Devil Arms 14 says try watching Dororo if you want all the smoke. I also recommend Vinland Saga if you want Norse badassery and an extra helping of carnage. We watched Vinland Saga on Amazon Prime. It was good. I liked it. Bad Vibe says, how about the advent of the refrigerator? Imagine life before it. No. Van Finale says you had to dig a literal hole into the ground deep enough where it was always 50 degrees. Van Finale says rumor is that Resident Evil 3 bombed. It got the developers scared and they're changing course for the Resident Evil 4 remake. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
They always say that they're. Have you noticed how many times you've heard that narrative? Oh, they learned from their mistakes and they're not going to do it again, and then they do it again.
Star Wars. Do you believe Neil Cuckman is gonna? Because you know Naughty Dog has a new project. Did you hear that Neil Cuckman wanted to do the next Punisher? Did you hear about that? I want to make the Punisher. If ever there was a person I would never want to touch that franchise, that property, Nick, it'd be Neil Cuckman. Yeah. Resident Evil 2 was great, man. Yeah, if you go woke, I'm not going to support your product. It's simple as that.
Neil Cuckman doing Punisher would be terrible.
Absolutely.
As a video game.
I
or a
can't remember if
movie.
he said video game or movie. No, I think he might have wanted a show, not a video game.
I mean, his video games are shows.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a
You
lot
just press A every now and then, or triangle, or whatever stupid console you're on. Okay. Bad Vibe says no credit is worse than bad credit. Yeah. Ampathos guy says, Nick, Drex, watch Konosuba. It's funny. Almond John 1 says, Drex. It was literally the next one, Ampathos. Almond John 1 says, Drex, you ever see the video of the 19-year-old who pushed her friend off a 60-foot bridge, which caused 6 broken ribs and punctured lungs, and they only did 2 days in jail? I didn't see that.
I've never heard of that. Damn.
Monica's personal effing fiance says, everyone knows I'm the sheepdog. Nate Walking says, my buddy was installing tile and had a key to a woman's house. He walked in when she didn't expect him, and he caught her getting a PB job from her dog.
Wait a minute. I was reading the chat. Let me get this straight. A dude walked in on that?
He was installing tile, so he had the key to the person's house. And he walked in when she didn't expect him to be there, and he caught her getting a PB job from her dog.
It's very common with white chicks, man. These white chicks be freaky as fuck, man. For better and for worse.
Cuckman already did punish her. Abby. Pepsi Man says it's true. The Resident Evil 4 remake is going to be internally developed at Capcom like 2 was.
Yeah, I heard they outsourced part 3, and it was shit, Nick. It was pure dog shit.
We'll see. We'll see how 4
I'm not
is.
going to go buy. Look, 4 is sacred to most fans, but I think that they're going to fuck it up. They'll find a way. Ashley will save Leon instead of the other way around somehow.
Samurai Knight says, would recommend you guys watch Slap on Titan on YouTube. A great parody. The first minute should hook you in. Amateur Ant says, Drex would be a fluffy in some spots and shaved in others poodle. Nick would be a mini Doberman pinscher. Orion Agape says, how do you know someone is vegan? Don't worry, they will tell you.
Hey, those are facts. How you ever dealt with Nick?
Yeah.
I'm pescatarian. I'm vegan. They let you know within I'm on the keto. Have you ever met someone on the keto diet who didn't tell you in 4 seconds they're on the keto diet? Like, fuck.
But to be fair to only the keto diet, to be on the keto diet, you have to always be thinking about the keto diet.
Mm-hmm.
Literally constantly, because gotta be in ketosis. I can't think about that sugar. If I think about the sugar, then my body will make sugar, and then I'll be off ketosis. Like, that's how they are.
Look, when you stress like that, cortisol is what your body will build up, right? You'll just get fatter anyway. You ever notice fat chicks think about food all the time? With eating or to eat or not to eat, and they just get fatter?
I love chocolate, but I can't eat it because it makes me fat.
Okay, Brian. That shit was great.
Bad Vibe says tiger sharks. Amateur Ant says Captain Planet is the true powers of Chris Evans, Captain America. Bad Vibe says great cartoons. Thundar the Barbarian, yes. Dungeons and Dragons, Inhumanoids, Ghostbusters animated, Mask, Pole Position, video game turned cartoon turned animated spinoff on Knight Rider. I didn't know Pole Position had a video or had a cartoon. Did you? Nova Zero says that's how we're gonna win. Not fighting what we hate, saving what we love. Drexel 2021. Amateur Ant says, I've seen YouTube vids of 50-year-old skanks doing bikini try-ons and 70-year-old men simping. Simping is almost as bad as our corrupt government. Yeah. Broken Guy says, hey, Drex, if you want a top-tier JAV star, search Shiori Sukada.
Shiori Sukada?
Yeah,
fucking
it's
names,
Tsukada.
Of course you helped me out.
Look, you picked up your phone. Scotta Big Johnson says 698,899,998 times Nick was said.
Wait a minute, I got something wrong.
What?
I got nuclear science abstracts.
Give me this.
The fuck
I'll
just
type
happened?
it in for you.
Look, man, you gave me the wrong words.
No, you spelled. Oh my God! Even when I told you how to spell it, you spelled it
Dude,
wrong.
you're saying letters, man.
And you got the first name all wrong.
I mean, Hitomi Tanaka, yeah, that I do know. She's fucking bad, man. Look, these Jap porn stars are bad.
Okay, well, It's not in safe mode, that's for sure.
I don't do safe mode.
DOG Beer says,
I
Nick,
search bareback.
please show Drex the picture and Racket streaming on Discord.
Damn. Hold up. Let me click
What?
video. Damn. Where's this chick from? Japan, obviously.
Yeah.
5'1"? Huh. Yeah, she's bad. Yeah. That's a bad one right there. I can't lie to you.
DOG, that's the picture Drexel showed me earlier, actually.
Wait, which one?
The one with the Biden Harris
Yeah.
on the chick.
So someone had it in your Discord.
Yeah. Okay, so he sent a chat about it. Bad Vibe says, you don't munch Hershey bars and binge watch B-flicks anyway? No. Blaine20 says, new Congresswoman demands to remain armed in the House, leads to Nancy going ape, claiming the enemy is within the House, and wants budget to increase personal security to members. Yeah. Because on the House floor, a House member is going to shoot another House member. That's how that's going to go. That's what they're afraid of.
Of course.
Angry Baneling says, Drexel, you're either a PC gamer or you're a pleb. There is no middle ground there. Choose wisely. Peasantry is not tolerated. Hashtag PC Master Race. Ace Brain 2003 says, if I remember correctly, Mad Black got upset because someone with a Nick parody account trolled him and he thought it was the real Nick talking smack. Yeah. I mean, long story short, that's what started it. And I even sent him a thing to smooth it over because I was like, that's not me, dude.
But why would he think of that, though?
Because it was my name and logo, but my name was misspelled.
But he should have known that, because here's the thing. As a general rule of thumb, Nick,
You could have just asked. Hey man, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going? Yeah. Did you see this? And you'd be like, oh, that's clearly not me, because look, the name's. Oh, okay.
But see, people still mix that account up with me, and some people don't. Usually, someone who doesn't like me, they still don't believe me when I say that's actually not me. They're like, oh yeah, you got two Twitter. I really like. I don't have time for one Twitter account. I definitely don't have time to log out and log into another one.
I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter or on social media.
Bad Vibe says, if Nick looked up, he would break his nose on the ceiling and poke holes in the drywall. Liberty or Death says, I love your demeanor. Inspirational. I'm a conservative in law school in Atlanta. Classmates harassing and physical threats of violence. Whiskey helps. Good luck, buddy. You are in.
Nick, he's in like the SJW, like.
You're in the lion's
lawyers?
den, man.
These lawyers, Nick, they're all, Nick, who? They're all leftists.
You probably get help from your professors.
No.
Nah. Stick with it, man. Just keep your nose down, get your degree, and get out of there. Thick Anime Waifu says, hey, Nick, have you seen the Bollywood scene where a guy slides under a truck on his horse like a motorbike? No. Blaster Master says, Eddie Murphy bet Dan Aykroyd $1 they could lose hedge fund managers' money. Yep. I mean, their characters did. No one important says, PB job. Better version is still recovery hero drinking up the drugs from that princess's taco, only for her to axe kick his hot dog. Aw, that was rude. Snarkmark says, Urusei Yatsura anime has the chattest protagonist. Amateur Ant says, the only thing not making this stream gay is Drex's hat.
Look, man, this stupid balance. I'm going to switch to a black hat tomorrow.
Blaine20 says, did you mean to search for big black cock? Helios Comas. I should have done that. I should have been like, oh, here's that Japanese chick. Helios Comas says, Asia is also extremely anti-tat. If you have tats in Japan, people just assume you're a criminal. In Korea, you have to be a licensed doctor to tattoo people. Orion Agape says, if we were talking porn stars, check out Paula Shy.
I just did.
She fine.
Not bad.
And Angry Baneling says, Nick, show Drexel the Indian ad I DM'd you. Oh, Christ. What is this? I got to find my Twitter.
You know, I really got to talk to some more Indian chicks. There's not really around here, but like I said, man, when I was in Vancouver, Canada, man, yeah, Indian chicks show love.
Okay, I'm going to show this. Whoops, wrong one here. Come on now. Okay. Where is this?
Oh, as in, I'm the red dot kind, Catherine. Yeah, the Native American chicks. Yeah, I haven't seen too many hot ones. Usually they can be different if they're mixed with something, but in general,
Here you go.
what is this?
That's an ad in India.
That's sad, man. No, but Nick, that's the shit I'm talking about.
The
Wait,
smile
can the
gets
chat see
bigger.
that?
Yeah, the chat can see it. The smile gets
look,
bigger.
She looks miserable in her. Dude, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, because Nick, on the surface, you may think, some people may be like, hey, Drex, I don't see what the big deal is. But what are you teaching young girls, right?
Yeah.
Self-hatred.
Yep.
One of the reasons that I noticed from a young age, Nick, dealing with black women was this. Black women, black girls. They have that same self-hate mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was this, and a lot of black guys realized this. They were like, wait a minute. If I'm going to deal with a girl who hates the way she looks and tries to emulate someone else, I might as well go get what she's emulating. I might as well get the real McCoy, as they say.
Look at this one. Oh, my God.
Oh. And you know what? Oil of Olay. People got to put these, Angry Banley, y'all got to put these people on blast. Because, see, I don't appreciate that. Like,
that's awful.
That's so bad, man. And now, Nick, here's the thing. But in the black community, they'll blame black men for that.
Yeah.
Colorism is this black men. Everything is black men's fault. Like, Wheeler?
Whoops. I muted you. What you said? Did you hear about Chad Wheeler?
Chad Wheeler. He is a white dude, some big offensive lineman in the NFL, who beat this black bitch's ass. He beat her all. You know when you beat somebody till they look retarded? He beat her that she looked like a fucking alien, right?
Oh my!
And mainstream media is doing everything they can to cover it up and not say nothing about it, right? Because if it was a black guy, Ray Rice style, they smear you, right?
Yeah.
Because it was a black chick. So white male beats down, white liberal male, more than likely, beats down on black chick, right? Because that doesn't fit the narrative. So my thing is this, Nick. I look at this shit and I'm like, what message are we sending to girls? I tell my daughter to wear her natural hair. I don't do this that weave shit will not happen
Right.
under my roof. Not ever. Color contacts and all that shit and blonde wig, nope. Now, if it's Halloween, if it's just something like a joke or you're an anime character, cosplay, I don't care. If you're cosplaying, I don't care. But when I pay attention to that shit, man. I really do, because I end up seeing the concept. Like I said, if you're black, you know this. Or Angry Banley's case, he's Indian. Nick, you will see it from a young age. These girls are like this. They wish every day they could be a white woman. I'm like,
oh, that's what I was going to talk about this a while back.
What's that?
You mentioned the importance of shame, but I was going to say there are cultures that take it way too far. India is one of the shame cultures where, like, it's pervasively bad.
Hold on. Let's be fair.
Balance.
I'm referring to shame based on your actions, right?
Yeah.
Not shame based on like something you can't control.
But
Like
I think
your appearance.
I would say even India takes shaming actions too far. Like, because they have cultural things like where in some cases where even if a girl is sexually assaulted.
Yeah, I've heard
like,
about that. They blame her?
And she'll commit suicide.
Yep.
Or whatever. Like that. That's probably too far for shaming. Even if she's just a hoe, you shouldn't shame her into suicide. Like, you should just try and shame her out of being a hoe.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to dudes doing the illicit acts to women, I don't condone that in any form or fashion. But at the same time, when it comes to shame, I've always based shame on someone's actions, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with the disqualifiers, right, Nick? Women will disqualify men based on things that men have no control over, right?
Right.
One of the first things is height. Height is like the first thing that women will discriminate against men for. But yet, everything that men discriminate women with, it's something they have total control over.
Have you seen the 5'11", 6'1" meme or 6 foot memes?
Mm-mm. Oh, that's the thing?
It's funny because it, let's see, 5'11" versus 6 foot. This will be perfect. Damn it.
Oh.
5'11", 5'11" and a half, 6 feet.
It's messed up, man.
Uh,
But Nick, it's a serious thing. Like, here's the thing.
no, it is, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It
like,
is.
the
Nick, there are some women out there who are gonna die alone because the perfect guy for them happened to be 5'9", right? He was 5'7". He was a great guy, but he was 5'7".
yeah.
Ugh.
I'm dying. I can't even take it. Here we go. You ready for this one?
Oh, girls, yeah, it's true, Nick. You can't make this up. And women's delusion knows no bounds.
Look at how that looks. Oh,
Nick,
God.
it knows no bounds. I've heard women, Nick, I kid you not. There's been women who are like this. Yo, Drex, I'm looking to do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, okay, cool. What's the deal? And they're like, oh, the guy's got to be 6 foot. Wait, why though?
So what's crazy? So people are saying 6 foot and over is only 15% of
It
men.
is.
I remember being told by, some woman on TV years ago that Victoria's Secret is unrealistic because only 10% or only 1 in 10 women have a Victoria's Secret body shape or body type. And so it's like, this is unrealistic and it's unfair and it blah, 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 blah. And it's like, and yet here we are, like over 6 feet, not quite 1 in 10, 1 in 15, but,
What's the key difference? What's the key difference with the Victoria's Secret model versus someone who's based totally on height, right?
well, the crazy thing is more people could actually be Victoria's
Which is
Secret models.
correct.
You can't get taller unless you can go get some crazy surgeries in
Yeah, but
some
who wants
weird
to try
places.
that, right?
Yeah.
No, but Nick, therein lies my point. When men come to what they desire in a woman, it's all things she can control. That's why men go like this. Man, can she cook? Does she not give me a head? These are all things that she has total control over. But a woman would be like, well, he's got to be this. Like, not every guy's going to make 8 figures. This is not realistic, right? But women will go after things that a man has no control over, right? And then height is the biggest one. And Nick, I kid you not, I've seen this time and time again where women will say, Drex, I only get with this kind of guy. He has to be white. He has to be black. It's like, so I was like, men have preferences, Nick. They don't have absolutes. Matthew McConaughey is married to a Brazilian. Tom Brady's married to a Brazilian. Like guys have a
Sounds like they're absolutely for Brazilians.
right. but Nick, here's the thing. Guys go like this. If I find her beautiful, remember, men don't care if all other dudes find her beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Women do. Women go like this. If I'm with a dude and other women aren't oohing and on over him, like, oh, I don't want him then. It doesn't work. Like, dudes don't care. Dudes like, yo, if I find her hot, who cares? I'm not worried about if other people find her hot. I find her hot. It's always this social pecking order and just bullshit, man.
Let's see. We've got
You see my man's transphobic? That's hilarious.
Stooge Muffin Stuff and says the showrunner for the new Cowboy Bebop, Christopher Yost, wrote Max Steel and Thor: The Dark World. Rip. Also, Faye is from Singapore. I guess they're saying don't whitewash Faye. I don't know.
Look, man.
The guys say put the chick whose body looks like Faye into Faye. They can.
I'm saying a young Megan Fox could have pulled it off.
Porsky, yeah, like Transformers 1 Megan Fox.
Transformers 1 Megan Fox. You just had the hair cut short, right? Like
Yeah.
Faye, and then put it purple, and yeah, we're good.
Crusader Saracen says y'all really need to watch anime Black Lagoon, specifically the dub. One of the best anime out there, up there with Cowboy Bebop. Easy. Yeah, I have it. I just need to sit down and watch it.
Eric Reyes, those are facts.
Mr. Scott says, thanks to Drex and the Slap a Simp Foundation, my 10-year a simp brother avoided his next simp trap. For just $5 a month, you can support the Slap a Simp Foundation.
Yeah.
Porsky says, while we're on the subject of awesome-looking fellas not from America, Google image search Japanese rockabilly. Okay. I think I've seen that guy. Nick's Chad TV says, yo, Drex, you brought snacks when you came around. You brought snacks when you came around, right, buddy? Pepsi Lad says, can you please watch the Godzilla Final War scene of Godzilla vs. Zilla from the 98 movie? It's not even a minute long. I mean, I guess we've already ruined everything.
Oh yeah, Raven Black. I'm fully aware of that, but like some of these women have gotten out of control with the whole like he has to be 6'2" or something. Like, yes, if a woman is tall, she's likely gonna go for a tall guy. But I'm saying there's too many women who are like 5'3", and they're like the guy has to be 6'5" at least. Like, come on, that's
Okay, hold on. Here we go. You ready? Ready for this? All right.
Godzilla, huh? Okay, let me see what you're made of.
This has copyrighted music in it. Damn it. Oh, well. It didn't matter, probably, but. This is terrible. Well, there you go.
what was that?
That was the Godzilla killing the 1998 Godzilla.
Okay, that looked terrible. Now,
So, yeah.
is
that
the
was-
movie probably? I don't know, man.
It's bad. Look at it. It's bad. It's bad. Okay. Night of Hope says Ataru is a total effing simp. He makes bitch moves on every girl he comes across like a shameless animal and worships women so much that he can't control himself around them. He's actually a conflicted and interesting trickster protagonist. Who the hell is Ataru?
Never heard of him.
I don't even know what that's from. Your nightmare for tonight says, I hear that Ron got himself some peanut butter snacking on Monica. Apparently he got lost in the endless fat flab labyrinth for a week. When the rescue team pulled him out, he came out looking like an Uruk-hai being born in the Lord of the Rings. That's disgusting. Orion Agape says, I'd honor end my child if they became a simp.
You should.
Yeah. Phoenix Lord Asterman says, not going to lie, the subsequent stream with Medicare was totally worth you getting your whole block threatened. That was some hilarious nonsense. Yeah, that was pretty good. Almond John 1 says, you ever going to give us a tour of the office you're in? It's literally a square. There's nothing to really see. Blaster Master says, Nick, look up the Wilkins coffee commercials. Okay. Not right now. Amateur Ant says, Nick's kids have curly hair. Must be paying for Drex's kids. It sucks to be colorblind. Liberty or Death says, you are right. Thank you for acknowledging my message. More than John Marshall's administration has shown. Really depressing here. All right. That's the chats. I mean, it's 2:30. We should probably wrap
Catherine
up.
has the right idea. Anna's back in the chat.
Yeah, she's been here the whole time.
Oh, I've seen some familiar faces like Raven Black and Excalibur and some other people. So shout out to all those Arcado Law listeners all this time. But what a weird night, Nick. I mean, I look like death 3 hours ago. I mean, I still feel horrible.
It's not a movie night. Tonight is video game night. So,
What are we playing?
are you going to stay and play a game?
I don't want to say I'm doing anything.
Then you don't have to. I'll play Skyrim. Still got Ranger Spencer.
No,
You know about Ranger Spencer?
no.
He's Richard Spencer, trying to peacefully remove the orcs and the dark elves from Skyrim.
Oh my god! So we got apartheid in Skyrim,
Yeah.
the ethnic genocide.
Look, he's not saying he wants them dead. He just wants them all to die.
Of course. Well, here's what's crazy. It's not that I'm like tired. I'm just like Nick. You know that feeling where you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's the feeling. Ugh. Like the feeling I had before I took that nap upstairs. Ugh.
I still got to move those damn couches
So what time do you need to move those?
before 6:30 in the morning,
Bruh.
which means I'm going to do it after the Twitch stream. It's going to be great.
So wait, why don't you just put them on top of the? Well, you said you put them in the back of the.
Yeah, I'll
van?
probably open up the back of the van, throw them in, just so they kind of hang out and just drive up the driveway, drop them off, come back down.
Do you have a 1-horse open sleigh?
No.
Oh, because if you did, I would suggest you just get them on there. But damn,
Yeah.
unreal.
They've been sitting out there forever. And I was so happy. I talked to the garbage people. I'm like, will you come get these damn couches? And they're like, oh, yeah, we can get them. I was like, cool. And they're like, here's how much it'll cost. Yeah, that's fine. Just come get them. Like, oh, okay. So they'll be at the end of the driveway. Whoa, hold on. My garbage
Whoa.
comes down the driveway and they pick up right by my house because I don't want to take them down the driveway. And they're like, oh, yeah, this truck won't do that. It's got to be at the curb.
I mean, your driveway's not short.
It's not.
In fact, do you know how long your driveway is?
I have a rough idea.
It's so long that my daughter always knows when we're here. Because she's not. Kids don't ever pay attention when you're driving until the car slows down. And you start turning. They go like this. They're like, "Oh, wait, we gotta be close." So then, when we get to your place, she does this. She does like the Stewie face.
Yeah,
like, we're here because it takes like 9 minutes to get down this damn driveway. So it's like.
It's a long driveway.
Yeah.
I think the driveway at our other house was still a bit longer, but this one curves, so it seems longer.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks either way, bro. Like, damn.
You should have seen when I had to snowblow the driveway at the other house. When we first moved out here, had a little snowblower.
Oh, no.
It took hours of time.
Yeah.
It was hours.
But you got a snow guy now, right? A plow guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
You can't.
You can't. You just can't.
You have to have a vehicle to do it yourself. And it was dumb. So, but I ain't got any extra to super chat again, but was wanting to know for probably the millionth time where to start on reading Warhammer, chronological or otherwise, Tales of the Old World. I told you, you must not have heard at the beginning when I addressed your chat, but I did. But I'll say it one more time. Start with Horus Rising, which is the beginning of the Horus Heresy. It's great. Or start with Xenos, the first book of the Eisenhorn trilogy. Both are great starting places. Wovenar says, how did that work with your neighbors? How did what work with my neighbors? We don't share a driveway. We didn't share a driveway with our neighbors either. Okay, we got a couple more chats left.
Oh, someone asked you about what's the story behind your outro song? They said they love the song. They just want to know what's the story behind it.
My Room Records is the dude who wrote it and performed it. He made it just because. I don't know. It's just about a whiskey drinking lawyer. That's the story.
I wish I hadn't cut it off after 2 seconds when I had to sub for you after your, sorority thought binge.
Let's see. Bad Vibe says, Drex, what amazes me about women is lack of value, personal resources, support, and family. My experience is that they never get enough. Almond John 1 says, Drex, why do women hate it if the most handsome man in the room ignores them, even though other men in the room give them attention, asking for a friend?
It's all about status. Nick, do you know what? You know what's funny? We saw this in high school, right? So Nick, I'll give you a prime example. This is some insight into female logic for you guys out there. If you want to do a social experiment, take the absolute hottest, baddest girl in your high school, right? Nick, how do you humble her? You can't really shame the hottest chick.
Just ignore her.
But here's how you do it, Nick. She has to be ignored by either one of two things. The people that she wants attention from or everybody, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say she's ignored by everybody, right? That same so-called confident girl is going, why was anyone pitching? Why does anyone like me? She'll collapse, right? She crumbles. One person, let's say a new kid shows up, Nick. And this is a guy that she would have never given the time of day to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does she give him the time of day now?
Yeah.
Why?
Because she needs some attention from somebody.
Now, a dude, hey, Nick, you're invisible in high school. Tess Holiday shows up. What do?
Well, try to escape the gravity well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't operate the same way. Nick, guys don't care if we have something that all the other, women admire or the men want. She just needs to be what we want. That's it. There's no internal competition we have. Like someone's put 5'1".
Anna is 5'1".
Oh, I thought because earlier it was a talk about dudes who, based on the height of guys. Yeah, you know what? For women, it doesn't affect women to be short. Okay, so the shorter a woman is, the better the benefit, right? It makes their life easier.
Yeah.
If Anna were, say, 5'11", her life gets a lot harder as a woman because now your dating pool has shrunken dramatically because most women don't date men shorter than themselves.
Blaine20 says, the QAnon shaman says he's willing to testify at Trump's impeachment trial against Trump. Yeah, he's going to do anything he can to save his own skin. Orion Agape says, and all these guys said that Trump told us to do it. Except Trump didn't tell them to do it. They heard.
Do they ever just show the tape? Like, do they show the tape?
I mean, Trump's speech was all over the place. Like, you could find it anywhere. He never says go into the Capitol building ever. They heard what they wanted to hear.
Huh, poor Anna. She's the short shrimp of the fam. Yeah. So my mom is 5'10". Her sister's 5'8". Damn. How did she get short? How did you get short then? 5'1"? Like, normally you don't have a big gap like that, but
I mean, there are jokes as to why that might have happened.
I mean, are you talking about those OJ jokes with Chris in the jacuzzi?
Orion Agape says horseshoe theory is true. Both ends of the political spectrum want the same things. And then Phoenix Lord Asterman says read Nord's rise to Drex. I want to see his reaction. No, that's weird. And then let's see. Knight of Hope says Ataru is the main character of Urusei Yatsura. Urusei Yatsura? Okay. It's the genius and original work of the grandma of modern anime, Rumiko Takahashi, before she became an irredeemable and boring hack who stopped writing fun stories. And then Crusader Saracen says, gotta say, it's cute that your kids get along so well. Daniel Demos says, play Stalker with Call of Pripyat mod Cheeky Breaky. I'm so, watching me play first-person shooters is worse than watching me play anything else. And that's saying something. I'm too old to be good at those games. But all right, guys, that's it. That's the show. Thank you for hanging out.
Said something about meeting the representative on the first date. She's right. Like 99% of people, you're meeting their representative. She's talking about, the person you meet on a first date, whether male or female. You're meeting their representative, not them. That's the best person you're ever going to get. Absolutely. So shout out to Catherine for saying that. Yeah, very true.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. You can find me on Twitch in a few minutes. We'll see you over there if you want, and we'll talk to you then.
Good night to everybody.
Have a good night, guys. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitter and Erlang. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an Ardbeg, a Balmore, a Lafroig, the spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the T-post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one